you for what happens to you when you go through life. You start out with a lot of what's called mitochondria. You remember when you were a kid, you had all that energy, you barely knew what to do with it, right? Well, later in life, as you know, not so much. But that coincides with the fact that by the time you're 80 or 90, you'll be down to about 5 or 10% left. Okay? So here's what happens along the way with that. You don't see as well typically, right? How about that strength and stamina? Do you have as much you did when you were a kid? Of course you don't. And how about your brain function? Do you start remembering things better when you get older? No, it gets worse. And how about how your systems perform? How about your blood pressure or your blood sugar? Okay? How about your ability to maintain your weight? I don't have to tell you about that. You know what a struggle that is for most of us. Okay? Not alone if you get injured or you have to have an operation or something, right? Do you recover as quickly? No. We're always concerned about older people getting injured or having operations or being exposed to pathogens, right? All that has to do with a loss of mitochondria. Well, let me tell you what we found out since 2015 when Devin and I started working together. Is if you can actually reverse the loss of mitochondria, we can reverse a lot of that stuff you lost. So you only lose it for one simple reason. Your body does not have the energy to keep doing it the way you did it before. Okay? It's as simple as that. So what he did was he came up with a new technology. It's called XDS. It stands for Exponential Delivery System. And with that, he can amplify the ability of these natural ingredients that he likes to use to get in your, not just your bloodstream or into your cell, but all the way into your mitochondria, where this magic you hear us talk about on our calls each week can really, really happen. And he created a product line for us. Dale's going to tell you about that. It's called UltraMito. Dale.
Thank you, Roger. Listen, everyone, the first product is called Rejuvenate. It's our topical cream. It's for your skin. Anything that disturbs your skin from head to toe, you even massage it into your scalp, put it in your hair. Look, it helps with said things that disturb your skin. And that could be a scratch, a scrape, a cut, a bump, a mole, a blemish, a dark spot. It could be varicose veins. We've got tremendous testimonials about the impact people have had, also with cellulite and stretch marks, the wrinkles on your face. And it works like it does because it doesn't just sit on your skin. It soaks down to the bone. It soaks through your skin, down into your ligaments and your joints, your muscles. It helps with your back joints, your knee joints, your hand joints. Look, if you or anybody you know has a difficulty with your hands and feet, could start as tingling and become something quite severe, you're going to find relief. You're going to find Rejuvenate becomes your go-to product for everything I just mentioned and more. Now let me tell you about Restore. Restore is our third generation product, Restore 3.0, and Dr. Bevan has truly created something unique using a base of two ancient superfoods, olive oil with olive leaf and black seed oil. They mention olive oil in the Bible and found black seed when they opened King Tut's tomb. They've been used for thousands of years because they provide a tremendous benefit to the human condition. But Dr. Bevan has taken several elements and uses them in a unique way. With olive oil, he uses several elements to tune up and detoxify your cells while increasing your mitochondria. And that is the unique thing that we do. That's special. That's our name, MoreMito, short for mitochondria. When we can tune up and increase your mitochondria, your body starts to work the way it used to, the way it should, the way it did before life and the environment started tearing your body down. And he uses black seed to give you extra energy, but it's cellular energy. It's steady. It's strong. There's no jitters. It's not like a hit you get with caffeine or sugar followed by a big crash. Cellular energy is steady. Imagine being able to start and complete a task without a need to rest. Imagine no more brain fog. Do something strenuous, like a long bike ride, and have a short recovery time. What it means is you get to live life to its fullest on your terms without a need to stop and rest and watch it pass you by sitting on the couch. And I've only mentioned 2 of the 44 ingredients Dr. Bevan has put into Restore. And listen, it's important that they be blended properly. Dr. Bevan will tell you, you take a handful of vitamins, you're lucky if a third aren't wasted because they're overpowered and canceled out by other things you may have in that handful of vitamins. Things have to be properly balanced, and then, of course, the most important piece is XDS that gets it through your cell walls, that lets your body use them like nothing it's ever used before. The final thing Dr. Bevan understood is that some of the most important members of our family are the pets we have. If you've got a dog that seems to be bound up, arthritic, can't walk up and down the stairs, if you've got a cat that's hacking up hairballs and shedding, look, our pets are closer to all the bad things in the environment. The chemicals on the rugs, the things we put on our lawn to make it grow, they have allergies, just like we do, and they suffer. If you want to bring a dog back to puppy stage, going on walks and playing fetch, if you want your cat to become frisky again, you give them Petlife, special product they can't take people to store. It's got to be Petlife, so 3 products. Rejuvenate, Restore 3.0, and Petlife. There's nothing like the reactions these products provide. To hear more about all of that, I'm going to turn the call back over to Roger. Roger, take it away.
All right, thank you, Dale. Immune system function, self-healing ability of the body, and the role of mitochondria. So we study every week with these topics, you know, and Dr. Dan and I have been back and forth on this. It's such a fascinating topic. I can't wait for us to do it the next time because I can't imagine how much more we'll learn. But in the meantime, we're going to hear from Dr. Dan right now. You know him as a regular on our call. His knowledge of nutrition is literally encyclopedic. And he has been internationally known for his exercise equipment and so forth. So, Dr. Dan, enlighten us once again about the immune system. Go right ahead.
I do. You're
Well,
correct.
the immune system is extremely complex. People that specialize in this area, they have to specialize in just one part of it because it's such an orchestration of the different types of immune cells that play different roles in your body. You have a battle going on. Now, you're born with an innate immune system. In fact, you pick up a lot of your immune system when you go through the birth canal. That's it's very important to pick that up. And then your body has learned the immune system. When a new pathogen shows up, maybe when you're a little kid and you get measles or mumps or you know, the different things that kids pick up, the immune system tags that as well as goes after. So the next time it comes up, before it even gets started, it knows how to take care of it. Well, it does that thousands and thousands of times over your life. And you have a battle going on. I mean, a serious battle going on all the time within you, and that's what's keeping you alive. If for some reason the immune system for just a little while didn't function, you could die pretty quickly. Now, think of an army. They say the army travels on its belly. What they mean by that, if the army is not well fed and they don't have energy, they can't fight a fight. Well, the same thing with the mitochondria within your immune cells. Your immune cells, now about 80% of the battle happens within your gut. But those immune cells are going in there and they're trying to get rid of parasites, fungus, and bacteria that is bad for it, and viruses. I mean, there's good and bad bacteria. You need really good bacteria in your gut. Eat fermented food, fermented true sauerkraut, true kimchi, Bubba's pickle, or Buddha's pickles, these kind of fermented that really are done right, is how our ancestors kept alive without refrigeration. They ate fermented food, so when they ate something that had bad bacteria in it or pathogens, the good bacteria would kill it. Well, you have that going on. And so you need to add those to your diet. And it's very, very important for that. Now, energy is what it's all about. So we talk about the energy in the muscle, the mitochondria, or in the back of the eye, or the brain, and all that. But we don't talk enough about the energy in your immune system. That's why probably some people that had plenty of energy left over when they got the coronavirus, they dealt with Some people, it's like getting the sniffles for a few days, and that was it. And other people never got it all, but they may have been exposed to it. And then some people get it, and they just can't get rid of it. It's just they're the long haulers. It takes energy for the body to repair itself and fight. And that's what we're specializing in. Getting all the cells the energy and the amount and increasing the amount of mitochondria within it and energizing the one, then the body knows how to take care of itself. So instead of getting into all the complexity of the immune system, all we're doing is focusing on feeding it. Just like feeding an army, we're feeding the immune cells what they need. And so it works. We have people that have had trouble getting over stuff, and now they're doing well because now their immune system is energized. I'll give it back to you, Roger.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Dan. All right. This immune system deal is no joke. You know, we're not through getting over the last pandemic, and the next one's right around the corner. Okay. Having that immune system, particularly the innate immune system, Dr. Dan talked about two parts. You've got the innate immune system that includes some specialized cells like your NKs, your natural killers. They're like terminators. They hunt pathogens and literally to kill them. But the other side is the learned immune system, right, where it learns information. But with these things always constantly changing, mutating and whatnot, it's critically important that your innate immune system be really, really strong. We got an example of this here in the D.C. area, Handy Randy Nation with Antoinette Scott. You know her as the lady that lost her memory for 17 years and got it back the day that Randy introduced her to our store. She later gets COVID, okay? And like some people, she kind of lapsed in her taking it. Look what happened. Listen for what happened after Randy was able to get her back on it. So, Antoinette, you're famous because 17 years before you met Randy and he introduced you to technology, you lost your memory for 17 years.
Jeremy, you'll go to moremito.com /S-Alford, moremito.com /SALFORD.
Yes, Roger. So I was
You'll click join, create your free customer website.
Who tested positive
After
for
click
COVID.
join, hit refer
They were
customer,
asymptomatic.
and I'll
I
tell you the
feel
rest
ill.
shortly
First it started off like a cold.
after her testimonial.
Had a cough, but I didn't have a runny nose. But I was just extremely exhausted. And I could not get the energy to get up and move around. I was just forced to lay in the bed, and that's all I did. Then I started having body aches. And then I started having extreme thirst. And then I had this nagging cough that I just could not get rid of. And before you know it, I was having fevers, cough, pain, chills, all at one time, and I was just done. I was man down. So I'm taking Tylenol, I'm alternating with ibuprofen. Totally forgot about what I call my wonder juice. Totally forgot about that. And Randy texted on me as he always does. And I didn't have the strength to answer the phone. I texted him and said, I don't feel good. I had enough strength to answer the phone maybe a day or two later. Now I have been sick for about 7 or 8 days now. Long story short, Randy said, I have got to get you that MoreMito. You got to get it. It's going to help you. I said, but I didn't test positive for COVID. He said, it doesn't matter. It'll make you better. You'll feel 100% better. Just trust me on this. I said, okay. He mailed it to me. I got it within a day or two. I actually forgot about it. And was still coughing, 24/7, coughing. I finally had the strength to reach over, open the box. I took a double dose 3 times within 3 hours. And the cough was getting better. I wasn't coughing as much. I could sit up. I had energy to move from just my bed to the bathroom. I actually had energy to go to my door, walk down my hallway and back in. I said, well, if it worked that good, I'm going to double up again tomorrow. The next day I did the same thing. I felt like it was a miracle. Now I'm on day 10 of being sick. But I'm not feeling sick now. I actually feel like I'm on the recovery side of things where before never felt that ill in my life. And I tested twice for COVID and my test results was negative, even though I know I was exposed to COVID.
You really got to keep your guard up. Restore and Rejuvenate is the best way to do that.
Absolutely.
So what would you have any other veterans or anyone else know about your experience overall and the benefits of Restore and Rejuvenate?
Well, whatever is in that Restore, I would say add it to your daily regimen as a supplement to whatever vitamins or whatever, because it doesn't interfere with your medication or anything. It only makes whatever you're doing better. It helped me not once, but several times. But in this case, I wasn't even thinking of it in that way, but it definitely has the vital nutrients in it to heal the body, and that's exactly what it did.
All right. Thank you for sharing that, Antoinette.
You're welcome.
Okay, so a word about vaccines. This whole thing started back about the time the world started experiencing a pandemic created by smallpox. It's estimated that smallpox killed 30% of the population of Europe, millions and millions of people. It was just wiping people out. And so the first attempt to do a vaccine came about. It was actually a nun in China. And what she did was she scraped off the scabs, because it scars you and leaves you with these scabs. She scraped off these scabs and everything, made a powder out of them, would take a little reed and blow them up the noses of people. And lo and behold, it protected them from smallpox. All but about 3%. Those 3% got the disease. So I'm pointing it out to call out this risk-reward, this risk-benefit analysis that all the countries go through when they're talking about putting out a vaccine. So the side effects of vaccines are not new. They've always been there. There's going to be a percentage of people that are going to die from these vaccines. You name it. The pandemic, same thing happened with bubonic plague. You're going to die from it. So there's always going to be vaccines as a result. We all have to make personal decisions as to whether or not we're going to take them, but government's always going to provide them. Now, the best answer any of us have is have a really strong immune system. Now, I believe that there are people who would be alive today if they had had our technology before they got COVID. Okay? All right. So that's my comment about that. Let's talk about the big C. Leola Canada, talked to her last time down in Atlanta. We had her interview on here a couple times. She has colorectal cancer, and she used Rejuvenate frequently after she found out she had it. And I want you to listen to my most recent conversation with her, and then we'll unpack that a bit. I'm talking to Leola Canada. Leola, you had a very interesting episode with colorectal cancer that came out quite successfully for you. Update me on what your doctor is saying recently.
The last visit with my doctor was like a follow-up. After surgery, I had the surgery in February of 2024, and the follow-up was done about 4 months later. And so he sat me down and he explained to me about the tests, all of the tests, especially the blood tests that I had to go and take, and also any type of x-ray. He said, we simply do not see any more cancer. We don't detect any cancer in your blood. And at this point, you're going to be under surveillance. And that means that you will have to come and see me every 4 months just to make sure that there's no more signs of any type of cancer.
Okay.
And I never did have to take radiation or chemotherapy because I used.
At the point you did the operation, what did you say about the possibility of chemo or radiation at that point?
They didn't even discuss it because when they removed the tumor, the cancerous tumor, the pathology report came out that it was non-cancerous. But it was cancerous in 2 hospitals. One in Texas said it was cancerous, and one in Georgia said it was cancerous. It was definitely cancer. And after using MoreMito, 3 weeks prior to surgery, they removed that tumor, and after the pathology report, after the surgery, it came back non-cancerous. And I haven't had any issues either. So really, for chemotherapy or radiation, you don't give people that, for nothing. Like if they don't have it, that's for cancer.
Okay. Well, thanks for sharing that, Leola.
Okay, you're welcome.
Okay. So once again, let's normalize this conversation about cancer. Your body got trillions of cells. Can they all be perfect? Absolutely not. Some of them are abnormal. So when I look at that as an answer, I'm saying, okay, this has been around forever. So certainly the body must have mechanisms to cope for it. And when we study the immune system, we found out it does. There's about 10 different kinds of immune system cells. There's a particular kind that specifically hunts tumors, including ones that are malignant. That's why you haven't had it already and noticed it, because your immune system has been taking them out. But when you reach a tipping point in your health and it's not successful in doing that, that's when you know it as cancer. Now, the biggest reason they used to think it's just you're randomly mutated and you got cancer. Okay, fine. But now the understanding is that it is failing mitochondria. Damaged mitochondria cause cells to become cancerous. And these cells are actually, in some instances, be reformed and revert to being normal cells. They actually do have a few mitochondria there. Okay? Fewer than otherwise, but still there nonetheless. So you have this ability, and as I like to say at every call, it's not what our stuff does, it's what your body does with our stuff. Well, in this case, it's increased the amount of energy. It takes a lot of energy for these immune system cells to do all this hunting, attacking, and killing of these pathogens. And it matters greatly to your health, your survival chances, as to how strong your mitochondria are. That's why older people who have way less mitochondria are more likely to have dire consequences from these conditions. So that's how to deal with it. We don't do conditions, we do mitochondria, and so, unfortunately, that's enough because your body is so intelligent, so magnificently made that it can generally take it from there. So that's what happens. To me, it's now not as miraculous as it sounds. It's just what your body does all the time. And years younger, maybe she wouldn't have seen this happen at all. Who knows? Okay, let's go to the gut. Now, Dr. Dan has told you that you have probably heard that 70% of your immune system is in your gut. Okay, hormones get produced there. All these immune system cells, many of them, are generated there. On and on. A lot happening in your gut. What happens when your gut's corrupted? What happens when you come to us like Rebecca Gill, that many of you have talked to on the customer service line, and you got, a bowel disease like Crohn's? I remember a few years ago, I was in Delaware, we had a person there with Crohn's. We had nothing, just like most folks. We had nothing. Couldn't help this person. Now, though, with the advent of this latest technology, we have Rebecca come to us, worst case of Crohn's we've ever seen. When you got it really bad, you're going to the doctor repeatedly to get blood transfusion because you're losing iron. You do iron transfusion, you're losing iron. You're bleeding all the time, okay? I did maybe a dozen interviews with her, chronicling her progress. First one I want you to listen to is a couple of them in when we talked to her. This was like number three. This is after she had actually started to recover from it. You're going to hear the doctor report to her even though she's not fully recovered, because we still got to repair the damage. That the Crohn's signs are all normal. Rebecca, you have an update.
I most certainly do. I'm so excited. I see a hematologist every few months, 2 to 3 months, depending, to see about my iron level. I have low iron because of the bleeding with my Crohn's, which I guess is very common. And I had a report this morning, February 2021. And I went to see my doctor, and he started looking at my numbers. And he said, well, I'm sorry, Rebecca, but I'm afraid there's no injector for you today. He said, you're perfectly normal. He basically said, all of your numbers are dead center, normal even. He said, your hemoglobin's good, your CBC is good, your iron is good. He looked at a couple other numbers, and I can't remember what they're called. I've actually got a copy of the lab reports because they gave them to me. But everything's just perfectly even keel normal. And he said, how is the Crohn's going? I said, well, I still have flare-ups. I said, I've got a lot of stress in my life right now. And I said, I've had some flare-ups, and I do have some bleeding. And he said, did you find blood in your stool? And I said, well, yes. They did a test, and they determined that I have some blood in my stool. And he said, but you don't have a great deal of bleeding when you go to the bathroom. And I said, no. And he said, well, then I wouldn't worry about it. He said, see me in 3.5 months. And I could not believe it. I literally could not believe it. I was so excited. I went this morning fully prepared to have an infusion because I haven't had one for the last several months. I've been fairly normal. And all of a sudden to hear this morning was just amazing, especially with everything I've gone through recently. It's just been crazy. I think really what's going on, Roger, I think the oil is really making a huge difference. I think that it's really evening out my system and making it possible for things to start working better. And I think that's what's important. And I'm attributing it to the oil because I've certainly noticed it since I started taking the oil.
Yes, well, that's quite a dramatic change. I know your quality of life is just taking a huge leap.
Mm-hmm. Well, when you consider that my iron, when they first diagnosed it, was at around a 9 to a 15, which is dangerously low. They told me I was dangerously low. And now I'm up around 45, 51. It's huge. It's a huge leap. Yeah, I think the oil has just done huge things. And I think that it's just improving things all the time now, which is just amazing for me. And I'm really excited. Well, I think what's exciting for me and what I'm noticing, I think my body is absorbing things better than it was, which has always been a problem for me. I've always been vitamin D deficient. I've always been vitamin B deficient, but our B12 especially. And those are all going better. And the iron is just another aspect of that I think all of a sudden is now being absorbed better and working better in my body and doing what it's supposed to do. It's just amazing.
All right. Thank you for that.
You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you for your time.
So what is happening when you get a corrupted gut is that food particles and bacteria that should stay in your digestive tract, they start getting into your bloodstream, and it creates chaos. Your body has to go after these things, right? These killer cells are set off, and they're not attacking you. You're getting into the possibility of autoimmune disease. So she was in a mess. Now, let me read out some of my notes that I went through about these dozen progress report type interviews with her. She was born blind in one, legally blind in one eye. Sight gets better. Okay, that's a theme that you hear from us because eyes have so much mitochondria. She starts losing weight. Oddly enough, they gain weight when they got this problem. She's losing weight. Her acid reflux symptoms are totally gone and whatnot. This progress continues until the next interview I want you to hear from her. because this is characterized by the fact that you can't eat vegetables like a normal person does. Now, if you can't eat the vegetables, then you're not going to pick up these phenols that are so good for your body. Your body's using to protect itself and keep you well. And she could not, it would just light her up if she were to try to eat vegetables and whatnot. Let me let you hear that, and then I'll comment on it. Rebecca, go right ahead with your comment, please.
Good morning, Roger. It's wonderful to be on the call today. I had kind of a funny experience last night. My mother and I had an unusually busy day yesterday, and we had dinner, and we were kind of working at things and doing things last night, and all of a sudden I found myself hungry. And I'm trying to be more conscious of what I do put in my system. We haven't done a shopping for the next week yet, so we were kind of limited as to what we had, and I ended up eating an apple. And that may sound kind of funny, but again, I think the benefits of raw fruits and vegetables can't be stressed enough. If I had done that even 3 months ago, it would have kept me up all night. It would have just ruminated in my stomach and caused cramping and just a myriad of symptoms. And I ate it. It was great. It did what I needed it to do, and I completed my work, and I went to bed, and I slept through the night. There was no issue whatsoever. And that just wasn't possible, like I said, even 3 months ago.
Eating an apple.
Well, thank you for sharing that.
See, some of us are very blessed.
Okay. I'll also point out that along the way, she had like wicked bad hemorrhoids. And her go-to on that was our Rejuvenate. So on this call right now, we got some people that have problems with their hemorrhoids. Okay, go for the Rejuvenate, all right? Now, my comment on the repair that. She would have been on medication indefinitely. And the medication wouldn't have been doing anything about her mitochondria. In fact, it would probably been damaging her mitochondria. We would have made her recovery even more complex. But again, by trusting that intelligence that's in her cells, in her DNA, right? And you're just regrowing mitochondria, her body is able to fix all this. Again, to the point that she can enjoy a salad, something she had no prospect of being able to otherwise do. Okay? So let me kind of sum up the weekend on what we've been saying about this, that looking at your immune system, the innate and the learned, all of them benefit, right? When we give it more energy. We give it more energy, it can go ahead and make those things. It makes weapons to fight these things. It makes, for example, oxidants like hydrogen peroxide to go kill these viruses and bad bacteria and all that stuff that should be in your body. And also, thanks to the superfoods we got, olive oil and black seed oil, when it overexpresses, when it creates too many, because there's all this confusion going on in your body, it causes, you may have heard this term, a cytokine storm, where you get too much, you have an overactivity of the immune system. Well, those components in olive oil and black seed oil help calm that down, okay? And you see that from people who have allergies. We had the allergy call, we had played an interview about that last week. We had Greg Lawson come up. He has zero allergy. He'd have to stay off of work, okay? Just having the availability of A, the energy, and B, these additional resources just allows your body then to make these adjustments, particularly given that we have all these adaptogens in the formulation, to nudge you back to health and wellness, okay? So that's kind of the process here. Again, we don't do conditions, we do mitochondria. Mitochondria does all the rest. And I want everyone to understand that as you relate this process to other people. Don't find yourself saying we cured this, we cured that. Because it's like you're telling us to say that we take credit for God. God did all that, we didn't. We like shake and bake. We just help. Okay. Star 5 on your phone. We're going to go to hands in a minute. Star 5 on your phone. If you got a question or a comment, we would love to entertain your questions and your comments. What time we got here? Okay, we got time to get a bunch of them in there. or a comment, Dale, I'll call them out, and you call them up. Okay?
You got it. Sounds good.
All right. I see a bunch of them here. Who do I want to start with? Okay, we're going to start. Well, I always like to try these new ones first. I want to hear from Melvin. Well, I'll save Melvin for last. Give me old Norman Hickenbottom. I like saying his name. Okay.
Mr. Hickenbottom, the floor is yours.
you guys are amazing. God bless all both of you. So you got just some lovely people. Listen, let me tell you something. You know, I haven't been on this call for a long time from when you guys started. And my sister, her name is Muriel Samuel. She's in your system. She's the one that got me very, very interested in the products. I have a question about my shoulder, and it's called frozen shoulder. Now, you probably commented on it before, Roger, and I just wanted to hear for myself about the frozen shoulder. How does the Rejuvenate work on that, or do you use the Rejuvenate and the Restore together?
I'm glad you asked that question.
Yes, you use them together.
Glad you asked that question because it lets me emphasize something here.
Mm-hmm.
We got an inside-outside strategy going on with this Restore and this Rejuvenate. They overlap. They do some of the same things, with Restore being more of a major mitochondrial generator and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But you need to use both. You need to have that Restore working through the bloodstream from the inside while you have Rejuvenate being applied to any specific areas of concern. In this instance, we're talking about your shoulder. Okay? So there isn't either or. That's why we have these things in there in bundles. And Rejuvenate is so versatile, we've learned, that we give you a free bottle of it because you're going to need it.
Mm-hmm.
And so all those bundles start with you. We give you free other stuff too, but Rejuvenate's in all of them. Because if it affects your hair, your scalp, or your skin, any place on your body you want it, and if you got joint issues like this frozen shoulder you're talking about, it's going to penetrate all the way to the bone. And we just get miracles back from people that couldn't lift their hand over their head for years, or
nails.
Couldn't put their hand behind their back, and they take this doggone stuff, and if not immediately within a day or so, they're unlocked. Okay, so use them both. Use them both.
Yes, sir.
Don't deprive yourself of the benefits that we intended for you.
Oh, yeah. All right, Roger. Thank you so very much. And one last question for you, Roger, and that is that when I went to the doctor the other day, I was inquiring about, he told me stop taking vitamin D. Is there any reason, does vitamin D have an effect on the body that you can't take it anymore? If he said it was okay to take vitamin D,
Vitamin D is like essential, so I don't know why he would have told you to stop taking it. But we got to research that to find out what the reason might be.
Okay.
It's essential, really. You got to have some vitamin D. And maybe he's thinking that you have enough, you don't need to take more. I don't know, but give me a minute to look that up. Or maybe some of the other doctors online can put up their hands and give us the answer right now. But, holler back at me on that one. Okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Interesting.
All right. Thank you. Let's try that wireless call in Houston, Dale. The one that ends in 06.
All right. Wireless, I've unmuted you. Give us your name and ask your question.
Hey, my name is Hannah O'Day, and I was trying to see how long does it take for the product to work?
Depends on your
Okay,
day.
so it's going to really be a function of your body. I say it, I try not to miss a call saying this. Again, remember, it's not what our stuff does, right? What your body does with our stuff. So it's deciding how quickly it's going to do whatever. All right? In some cases, it's immediately, as in you took it, and in the case of the people with their eyes, whole world changes, look brighter, all that stuff can happen in a percentage of the people. Other situations are going to take longer. Maybe there's some toxicity that your body needs to get rid of, right? Maybe it's even noticeable that it's doing that. Sometimes you get an energy peak, goes away. I call that an energy flare, and it goes away and it comes back later. Or maybe it's just a gradual thing when you start suspecting you notice things. You get a variety of ways that it starts to show up. The other thing is that almost every she said she had this toenail fungus she'd had for 4 or 5 years or more. It goes too. So it's up to your body. The takeaway I would love for you to get and others to get from what I played of Rebecca on her gut progress, it took like almost a year. She started getting benefits immediately, but her situation was challenging enough. It probably took 9 or 10 months. You know, by the time she got to where she could eat vegetables, what happened if she stopped taking it?
She wouldn't have had the results.
That would have continued.
Each person's body is different.
That's really my honest answer about that. It's gonna depend on your body. It's also going to depend on, are you taking it consistently? Are you taking the right amount? It says 4 milliliters, and some people say, well, if I take 1 a day, that'll end up being 4. Or some logic like that I don't get.
Of the Restore All.
So take the right amount.
4 milliliters.
Use that Rejuvenate
1
multiple
teaspoon.
times a
Same
day,
thing.
3, 4, 5 times is not enough. I put mine on about 5 times a day already. Okay? So there's variables here, but we're here to help you with that. Okay? That's kind of a long-winded answer.
And you constantly rub this on you, whatever areas are affected.
Thank you.
The Rejuvenate Gel.
All right. Okay, so let us see. How about that Gary
And remember, they're all natural.
If I'm pronouncing that right.
I don't think so. Gary, your number ends in 8259.
Yes, Gary's right, but Shire's the name. We just joined a week ago or less, and we got the product Friday. My wife has terrible neuropathy in her hands and feet, and she's been using it since Friday evening, and it's practically gone. She's had this neuropathy for years, and she is so blessed. She's really testifying about it to other folks.
Using this a whole lot.
And she has neck pain. That's practically gone. And she's working on the back pain. But it's really a blessing to use the Rejuvenate and the Restore. I've got heart problems. I just had a pacemaker installed. And what should I do? Should I put the Rejuvenate around my heart and around the pacemaker?
This also.
Yeah, you can do that. So consistently, I mean, all of the organs are dense with mitochondria. Heart, brain, and eyes are like the top 3. So we consistently get great results back. People reporting on their heart. You know, like the mitochondrial infrastructure, I'll put it that way, is very prevalent here. So I really look forward to some great results for you. Just keep taking it, give your body a chance to respond to it, find the right amount for you to take, and let us know how it goes as you go forward.
Yes, sir. We've been talking to lots of people ever since we heard about it, before we even got the product, because a friend of ours recommended it, and he's always been faithful and true. So we just started talking to people. We know a lot of people that have cancer, and this one lady, we just got off the phone with her before we got on the call here. She had cancer in her mouth about 3.5 years ago, and they removed a lot of her gum and a lot of her teeth, and she never has 100% recovered from the surgery. And she just got out of the hospital again just a couple of days ago for, I guess, infection and pain. Will this treatment, will it help her?
So the reason it helps literally everybody with literally everything is just like I said in the interview, in the introduction, rather.
Everything.
All this stuff takes energy. All this stuff takes better cellular communication. All this stuff takes the kind of resources that you may not get enough of in your diet. We got all of it in the product. And your body is just so intelligent, it's going to take it and make improvements that it otherwise could not make. So absolutely yes. And I'll say that to the other condition anybody brings up.
Yes.
Okay.
From what I said, we're not specifically trying to address, diagnose, or cure the condition, right? Where we've learned over 9 years that once you turn up that mitochondria, the body takes often quite successfully and quite quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the first response from our friend we were talking to, her name is Jenny, and she said, I need to talk to my doctor first before I use this product.
These are all natural products.
What would you say to that?
She can talk to her doctor.
Or what can I tell?
I would say, of course, it's fine for you to talk to your doctor. Take the bottle with him, show him all the ingredients on it. There's nothing to hide here, right?
Mm-hmm.
But also
Yes, sir.
be cognizant of the fact that the last time your doctor heard anything about mitochondria might have been when he was in medical school. Okay?
Right.
They just tend not to be that versed in it. I go to the hospital for food poisoning and end up with diverticulitis, who corrupted lining of your gut, right? Never had anywhere close to that. Well, I got a great gut. I'm on this stuff, right? But that particular pathogen had damaged it. I go to the doggone specialist they send me afterwards to get that checkup or follow up on. And you telling me, I don't know why anybody would take any extra supplements of any kind, right? All you need is in your diet. So if you got a doctor like that, you need to get yourself a second opinion. Okay?
I agree.
So that's what I'm saying. It depends on the attitude and information of that doctor as to how reliable the information is that you're going to get. And the rest is this. Remember that your health ain't up to that doctor. It's up to you. So you need to make some informed decisions on your own with input from them. I mean, particularly the test and everything that you run. And there you go. So that would be my response.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. Okay, Enos Gillespie? Enos Gillespie? Dale?
Yep, Enos,
Yes,
Roanoke, Virginia. Go ahead.
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yep,
We
all right.
hear you.
Okay. I'm on a conference call with my mother-in-law, and she had a question. So I'm going to ask her question, and I need her to speak up so that everyone can hear what her question is. So go ahead.
All right.
My question, I am Mary George, and my question is, it's like, I don't know what you would call it, but anyway, it's right behind my butt in the crack. Excuse the expression, but that's where it is.
That's okay. We're dealing with health.
So what, do I put this pad cream on it?
Is it like a tailbone issue?
Inside out. And then rub this on it.
I guess
Or is
you
it
could
like
say.
Or is it like in the bone, or is it like something on your skin, like a sore?
Like on my skin.
Yeah, you want to, again, take the Restore, let it go
Take
from the
this
inside,
internally.
and take
Yeah,
a bit
rub
of
this.
that Restore, the liquid, and put it in the Rejuvenate.
Put this in here.
Shake it up,
Yeah.
and then put it
1
on that
teaspoon
area.
in
And
here,
put
shake
it on
it
a
up.
larger area that is actually affected.
And mix it up.
And another thing is, even after you get through with whatever the discomfort level or the obvious signs that you have it, don't stop
Keep
keep
on
using it. Your
using
body might not be fully done with the repair yet just because the discomfort went away.
Mm-hmm.
So that's all you got to do. Like, put it where you need it. Do it often. Don't just put it one time a day. You got to feed these cells, because remember, it's not what our stuff is doing, right? It's what your body's doing with this stuff. But you got to feed it consistently. 3-4 times a day is not too many.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's why
You
we
can do
give
it as
you
many
extra
times
free
a day
stuff.
as you want, but 3-4 times
All
a day,
right.
very
Thank you.
easy.
All righty.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank you so much.
All
All
right.
right.
How about Nancy Getz? Goetz. I think that's how you pronounce that.
Whoop, wrong one. Nancy, go ahead. I've unmuted you. Hello, Nancy. I see you trying. Oh. Are you there? We might have to come back to you, Nancy. Oh, we just
Hello,
lost
Jimmy Lane.
Jimmy
How about
Lane.
Jimmy Lane?
Absolutely.
Birmingham.
Jimmy, go ahead.
Hey, Roger. Yeah, you may not remember that I called you, I guess it's about maybe 2-3 months ago when I first started and was talking about my wife, and you said that anybody that really can't take the dropper initially, you just get it in them any way they can.
Well, what I've been doing, and this is working, is today I put it in some grits for breakfast and mixed it up. Last night I put it on a piece of coconut pie, and I've been putting it in the center of some crushed ice, because she'll eat crushed ice all during the day to get rehydrated. Is doing it that way going to be effective? I know you need to do it in your mouth and slosh it, but getting it in her, do you think she's going to get a benefit if I keep doing that for a while?
She's absolutely going to get a benefit. One of the things that always amazes
This is what
me
he's talking about.
is how does your body
How he's
be
getting it in his
digestive
life.
system and whatnot? Man, to take this stuff apart, put it in whatever places it needs to go, and make this work. How does it do that? Dale, you got to close off one of those.
I found it. I fixed it.
Great. How does it do that? It's marvelous at it. It can figure it out. It can separate all those individual components that's all, balanced in the food. So definitely it'll work that way. Now, one of the things you might want to try, we learned this from Sonia Harris, among others. Put this stuff on her skin. Take that combination of rejuvenate, restore, heavy on the restore, very oily. Put it on her skin. It'll absorb right through her skin.
Yeah, I was told today, because she's the one that has just been out of the hospital. She's got her memory. She's had seizures and epilepsy, and the guy said to put it on the back of her head to help her brain fog and answer questions and not forget stuff. And I'm going to try that. But that's really all I got tonight. And I just want to say one thing. I just want to thank a gentleman on here. His name's Kevin Alexander from California. He's the guy that got me involved. He's a great friend. And thank you so much, Alexander, for sharing this with me, because I'm really benefiting, and you're a great person. And that's all I got tonight. I've got some more stuff coming up. I'm going to be operated on and have my gallbladder out. And I'm going to probably call you after that and ask some questions. But that's all I got tonight, and thank y'all so much for these calls.
Should turn it up, taking these.
All right.
Well, thank
May
you.
not have to have the surgery.
Jimmy Lane. I want to thank you for those great pictures you take of Superman. I've been following you in the comics for years. Go ahead, Roger.
Okay. Yeah, Alexander's all pro for sure. How about Sheila Downing, Georgetown, Delaware?
Yes, indeed. Sheila, I've unmuted you. Go ahead.
Yes, I'm here. Thank you so much for taking my call. I have a couple questions. My mother suffers from PMR, a type of rheumatoid arthritis.
Okay.
And I was wondering if this would be good for her, and if so, how do I attain it? And also, I was calling, wanted to know if it was good for them. I have kidney disease.
Okay, so let me go with the rheumatoid first. So it's two kinds of arthritis. There's rheumatoid, which is an autoimmune disease. It's like it's attacking itself, and your body's attacking itself. The other is osteo. Osteo is like wear and tear. All of us have some degree of that as you get older.
Yes.
What we have seen is that, and Rebecca that you just heard tonight, you heard that interview was kind of in that vein also. Your body somehow managed to sort this out, and if we improve the gut, then we cut off those things that are getting in your bloodstream that shouldn't be there, and it will naturally improve in that perspective. The other thing, like I said, is that in olive oil, if you Google arthritis and olive oil or arthritis and black seed oil, you will see all kinds of stuff in there where how they have a positive effect on helping your body's modulating the autoimmune response so it's not overreacting.
Okay.
So yeah, we see this all the time. But here again, all this ability is in your body already, right? We're just making these resources nutritionally convenient and available, and your body's taking it from there. You can do this. You can absolutely do this. Bone on bone. We heard Dan Wade out in Salt Lake City. He's bone on bone.
Dan Wade.
It's like they used to think you couldn't come back from that.
May Crosby was also. She's on our playlist.
So people have gotten very encouraging results.
Her knees.
We encourage you to try it. Let us know what happened. Okay. What was the other part of your question? There was another part to it.
Kidney disease.
Okay. So, you got is this high blood pressure you have?
I had high blood pressure, and I didn't know it, but they also said that they think that the tumor that I have on my kidney is causing everything to go out of whack. I have a tumor on my adrenaline gland, and they think that's what's causing everything to go out of whack.
Okay, so Danielle Chavez, Sacramento, she called me one day, very emotional. She just had a test. She had tumor on left breast, tumor on left kidney. And by the time she went back, they couldn't be found. Your system has these immune system cells that are really good at going after those kinds of things. But as we've been saying, with the energy waning, the resources out of your diet not being sufficient enough, it leaves an opening for these things to get started, the cellular replication not being true because of the environment that your cells are living in your body, okay? So the toxicity, that's going up, and, a lot of people get on our stuff and say nothing's happening until they realize how often they were going to the bathroom, okay? So there's a myriad of ways that your body takes advantage of our nutritional toolkit, I'll call it that, to make these adjustments. So I'm very encouraged, for you in that regard.
Okay, so how do we? I might have not heard how to obtain this product.
Okay, so someone referred you to this call. Do you know who that was?
I have to check. We're in the group chat, so I have to check who it was.
Okay, so find out what that person's username is. It'll be moremito.com/some name they put after it. What do you say they are Mito Mary or something like that? That's an example. That's Mito Jody.
Mine is
Mito Mama, whatever it happens to be, right? Now, then on that site, there will be a join link. You want to click that join link, and then you want to go to, there'll be two choices, people or health. You choose, or pets rather, you choose people, and then that will take you to the product page. You can review the information, and upon the click of the Buy Now button, you'll be on our bundle page.
Right.
And you can get one of these bundles that has both Restore and Rejuvenate in them. We always recommend those two. One works from the inside, one works from the outside.
This one works from the inside, this one works from the
extra,
outside.
like where you can get individual bottles or even Dr. Dan's nutritional counseling. It's ridiculous. We get to give that away for $20 a month when you auto ship and you're charging $72 an hour or something like that on an individual basis. So it's quite a deal. Right. And if you've got significant health concerns, you're going to need follow-up on, you might want to consider that too.
Yes.
So okay, anyway, in any case, once you fill out that little, here's your information, when you click that join button, it's going to generate a website of your own. Okay, and it'll present that link to you. Yours will be moremito.com / whatever username you chose.
SALFORD.
And you want to log into that.
Or get back to the person that
once
referred you.
in the back office,
As
about 4 from the right, you'll see where it says Shop MoreMito, and that's how you get to that. Don't do it from the front of the website. Log in your back office, people, right? Because that's how we keep this track right. And then when you have others that you're interested in, letting them know about this marvelous thing you found out about, make sure you give them your whole URL. Do not go to the login page and send them that, because you'll lose your information, and that's how you end up. We talked about this on the call yesterday. That's why you end up getting this no rep found. You have to send them the whole thing. MoreMito.com / username and just instruct them like you just heard me do,
or
to go click that join link and follow through that perspective. You won't have an issue as long as you do that. Okay?
We also have a demonstration on how to create your website and how to order on our playlist. So you go to our playlist, go just
bottom line, if you have any
tools,
difficulty with that at all, Dale, what's the procedure? Tell her what will happen if she just calls customer service. Tell them she can't figure it out.
Yeah, customer service is there to help you. Let me tell you how customer service works. We hope you get to speak to somebody. There's 3 people, but we're swamped. Leave a message. They call you back. They call you back. They make the notes that they did call you back. Mm-hmm. You can also send a text message, and you will get a call back. And every call that comes in, even if you hang up, we see that you called.
And they call
you
back.
Customer service is here. We just put a brand new body on to help with the calls. You call in, we're here to help. If you, gosh sakes, leave a message. We're going to call you back. Don't just call and hang up. We don't know why you called. We're here to help, and that's how you do it. Bottom of the webpage, bottom right, 509. You call it, you text it, you get help.
Yeah. Now, those of you, she's new, doesn't even know who the person is. She got to figure that out. But the rest of you who actually know who it was that invited you, go call them first. They've been through this. And you can get a quick answer to them that way, right? The customer service are always there as your fallback. But, go to your enlightened up line. If you're not in an enlightened up line, get enlightened, okay? All right. Okay, so why don't we stop right here, take the commercial break, and then we'll come back and finish off all the hands. If you have to go, you can't stay for the rest of it because we're going to be here till we get rid of all these hands, pretty much, right? You can get the whole recording in the next announcement that goes out. And some of you got the number, you can request it sooner than that. But that's how you can get the whole call. There's a link there that lets you get on via the internet, as some of you have done. That same link will also take you to a listing of all the calls going all the way back. And you can not just hear this one, but any others that might be of interest to you. Like, maybe you want to deal with eyes, or maybe you want to deal with brain, or whatever. All that stuff's available to you in those calls. Okay? All right, without further ado, the indispensable Dale Bonet.
Thank you, Roger. Listen, everybody, you get these incredible products at MoreMito.com, MoreMito.com. Then put in a / your username and hit enter. You're going to be at your website. You know it's your website because your name's at the top, your phone number, your email. That's where you send people to learn more about the product. They can read the PDFs. They can learn about XDS. They can read the ingredient list, why they're there, and they can actually see the labels that are on the jars and the pet label. And they can order from you there, but guess what? They can also join you and get their own back office, get their own ability to read an even deeper library of testimonials. And it's important for you to know we have built, I think you've got the sense now, we've built a one-of-a-kind company. We don't just get rid of the pain if that's an issue. Our goal is to get rid of the thing that causes the pain. Well, that's a one-of-a-kind product. We built a one-of-a-kind company to support it. There's no cost to join MoreMito. There's no monthly fee to be here. There's no required auto ship. You don't even need to make a purchase to get paid. One purchase can qualify 2 people. That gets explained in the compensation plan webinar that we did last night, but it's phenomenal. Look, we don't pay once a month. We don't pay once a week. We don't even pay once a day. When a purchase happens, your compensation is in your back office for you to use. If you're a referring customer, it's there as Mito Cash. Mito Cash is incredible. Buy products, pay for shipping fees, send it to other people so they can buy products. Tremendous dollar for dollars like Kohl's Cash. If you upgrade, which there's no charge to upgrade, from referring customer to paid rep, then your compensation comes in as regular cash. Send it to your bank, send it to PayPal. Best of all, send it to your Venmo card. If you don't have one, get one, because it shows up instantly, and you can go, listen, we want you to get paid. We wouldn't be here without you telling other people. Think about what you learned. If you were going to create a product, you'd want it to be like this. You'd want it to help virtually everybody. You would want it to be a new way to do things. You would want it to be something that gets a relatively fast reaction based on what the person is facing. You would want to be what this is. Well, we created it. You don't have to create it. But look, we did the product, we did the company. There's one thing we can't do, and that's talk to the people you know. You are surrounded by people whose life would be better if their mitochondria was increased and they had these kinds of changes and could start living life. You've got the knowledge. They don't. Share it with them. We're here to help you. You heard about the phone number. Call us, text us, send us an email. That's at the bottom of the website. Go into your back office and send us a ticket. Get in touch. We're here to help you. And gosh, we are on an incredible journey. And we're just thankful for all of you. Roger, if I left anything out, let me know. I'm going to turn this back to you.
You're great, Dale. I'll say that in a minute. There's clearly two opportunities here. First one is, I think, is pretty straightforward. Give this technology a try. Put it together with your DNA. Your body can do some marvelous things. We like to make it even more so with our technology. Maybe you've got a health concern, or maybe you just want to be as healthy as possible. Either way, we believe that mitochondria is going to have a lot to do with it. Also, more people need to hear what you've been hearing on this call. Indeed, every call we do. So if anything we're saying resonates with you, by all means, affiliate with us and let's see what we can do together. You know who we are right now. We're that company that keeps health on 100 and hypo zero. No nonsense here. We just have stuff that works, and we're delighted to share it with people. And there's so many people that need to hear about this, and we're going to be paying folks to get it done. Why not you? Why not now? Okay? So if you agree, let's affiliate. Let's get it done. Okay. I will be in Atlanta on, the 2nd and 3rd. I'll be in town on Thursday. I got some other stuff to do, but we're going to be doing the day on Saturday, and we'll be back on Sunday, the 4th. The 3rd and 4th, I'll be there for the Super Saturday, and then the day after. End up going that way because I got to go see Bevan every other month thereabouts, and Atlanta's real close, so we end up going down there. But I will be other places. How about Detroit, Harold? Let's get it going. I haven't been to Detroit. Did a project with a tech company back today. All right. Let's get it on. Other places, too. Let me know. All right. So, and we'll put that out. We got a date in September also. We'll get that on the calendar there. Hopefully get that announcement out so people can share it for
we'll post it with plenty of time.
Okay. So let's go back to the hands. We got somebody.
Nancy came back. Let's try Nancy. She came back. And she was having some difficulty. Nancy, I unmuted you. Did you have a question? We hear you.
Actually, I had a comment. Oh, good.
Mm-hmm.
I hope the gentleman who called in about the vitamin D is still on the line. I'm a retired dietitian, and I guess Dr. Gann is not on the line anymore. But the reason they're telling you not to take vitamin D is because they found that the vitamin D is not sending the calcium to your bones, but to your arteries, where it's getting deposited, unless you have enough of a form of vitamin K. It's a vitamin K2,
K27.
7, yeah. And you can buy supplements with it in there. So when you do that, the vitamin K and the D and the calcium, it allows the calcium to get deposited in your bones instead of in your arteries. So maybe you can have Dr. Dan explain it to you so you can explain it to customers, clients if they come up with that question again.
So we do get that. But here's the question. Why didn't the doctor say that then? Why did, as opposed to saying don't take vitamin D3, why didn't he say take D3 and D7 and K27?
He didn't know. Yeah, because he didn't know.
Okay.
You see, the doctor didn't know.
1% of your calcium should be in your blood, and the other 99 should be in your bones, and you need to take the D3 and the K27 and balance it if you're supplementing it. Okay,
and you can buy it together in one
But they prescribe us medicine.
Yeah. Okay, that's all I wanted to say. Thanks.
All right,
Great.
thank you, Nancy.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're quite right. How about Sheila Downing?
Good deal. Sheila, I've unmuted you. Go ahead with your question.
Yes, I answered. I asked a while ago. You guys answered already.
Okay, take
All
your
right.
hand down there. Thank you, Sheila.
I'm taking it down.
We got that wireless caller in New Jersey. You met wireless caller in New Jersey. Number in there.
Wireless caller in New Jersey. Give us your name Tell us what your question is. I've unmuted you. Wireless caller. Your phone ends in... There you are.
Yes,
Who are you talking to?
This is Deborah Taylor at New Jersey. 2 quick questions. I know that you mentioned that the product does affect or can have impact on the heart, brain, and the eyes. Are there any cases where it's made a difference with patients with glaucoma or cataract?
Yes. We have testimonials on
So,
the playlist for
we
the
have
Healthy Life
had,
Show with Stephanie.
I was just talking to Terry Simmons today. He was legally blind due to glaucoma. That's, you know, not familiar with that. It's killing the nerves, and your vision is narrowing.
Yes.
The organ that has the most mitochondria in your body is your eyes. Your retina, those cones of eyes in your eyes, require a lot of energy. And we have been finding, people have been reporting that once we grow back their mitochondria, a lot of those issues have resolved themselves, including the balancing your eye pressure. We're seeing people with eye pressure starting in the high teens and 20s, sometimes 30s, and it starts to normalize. So that's what we've been observing, that as to how, you know, people's bodies use this technology to, you know, right itself. So yeah, cataract, we had people take the mixture of Rejuvenate and Restore, put it right on the cataract. You know, you get that cloudy vision when you got cataract, get on that, start using that stuff, and see the cloudy vision clear up. That's how your body would use it for those that we've seen. And the protocol for it is you got several levels. You can take that mixture, close your eyes, rub it on your eyes like I'm doing right now in my hand.
Okay.
You can take the mixture and put it right on your eyeball. You can take the Restore itself and put it on there. I will warn you right now, it will sting. Okay, and you might want, if you want to do a lot of that, you might want to switch to Petlife, which is much milder because we removed some of the
Petlife, you can put it in there. It doesn't have the citrus.
like the citrus oils that tend to sting more, and pets can't digest them anyway, right?
But the Restore is
So,
more
so
potent.
there you go. You can put the oil in your eye,
But it has the citrus in it, so it does sting.
But obviously not bad enough that it doesn't stop some people doing it 2-3 times a day. So,
Right.
you know, you be the judge of that.
We all around.
But yeah, all of that happens.
Okay. One other question. I'm on a plant-based diet. I'm a vegan. I know you mentioned that you have the ingredients listed somewhere online, but are there animal and animal
Took my
byproducts
restriction away from
in these
that I
products?
had on my driver's license.
In one.
Saying I had to drive with
the
glasses.
emu oil in Rejuvenate. And that's there because it's very similar to what our own oils are. So that's part of the delivery method, technique to get it through this thing through the skin. But if you find that offensive, then you won't want to take that. Okay?
And I'm sorry, what was the ingredient? I didn't hear you well.
Emu oil.
Oh,
emu oil.
Emu oil in here, in the Rejuvenate Gel.
It's marvelous for the purpose that we use it. And you know, it's not a problem. But if you're a conscientious objector, I put it that way, to using it, then we want you to be aware that it is there.
Okay. Thanks so much for the information.
All right, thank you.
And Restore has no animal products at all.
No animal products
Ocasio.
at all.
Ocasio.
All right, I've got you unmuted. Go ahead with your question.
Yes, how you doing? Good night.
Good night.
I got a question. I have a lot of problems, but I got one, which is I had a spinal cord injury. I'm paralyzed from the head. Does it do anything for me as far as my injury?
So, in general, you know, when you get an injury, you can end up with like chronic inflammation, and you also have the issue of the weakness of those muscles around that area. So let's just think about what restoration of mitochondria is doing. First of all, it's making you stronger. So these muscles can often respond better that way, especially if you're doing proper physical therapy with it also. The other piece of it is that, again, with those superfoods and everything, if you Google olive oil or black flaxseed oil or any of the number of ingredients on that ingredient list on Restore and or Rejuvenate, you will find that they are very useful for helping the body to manage or affect a healthy inflammatory response. We had, was it Gary Hill? It was Gary Hill. So Gary Hill had a problem with his neck. His neck was out of alignment really bad. His neck was so messed up, he had to take a scarf and tie a knot in it to hold it straight, you know? And he gets on this stuff, and if you listen to that interview, you can go back to it on the mobility call, which was a call or so ago. You'll see it in the list that comes out. He puts it on, and he hears this cracking. He goes, oh, Lord, what's happening, right? And he didn't move his neck. You know, it was a very brief period of time. It looked like the same day he got it. And he might have just been using Restore, Dale. I'm trying to remember. I think he only had Restore. I don't think his Rejuvenate had come because it was at the time we were still trying to catch that up. Anyway.
That's right.
You're right. You got some like amazing results on that. So it might be one of the few things that will actually work because the therapies that tend to get done in the operation aren't specifically addressing that fundamental thing. You got to get these muscles stronger, and yes, exercise will help, but there's no substitute for more mitochondria. So if I'm you, I'm giving this stuff a try.
Yeah, I just ordered it. I'm waiting to come in for us to try.
All right, well, stay in touch with us. Let us know. Okay. All right. Let's see about Paula Evans here in the DMV here in Fort Washington, Maryland, I think.
Yes.
Go ahead, Paula.
Can you hear me? Yes, thank you. I think Nancy answered the question about the vitamin D. My study of it in the last 35 years is that the vitamin D from the prescriptions from the doctors it pulls the calcium out the bones, and like Nancy said, goes in your arteries. And I'm looking at my D3 MK7 now. But, you know, the Creator gave us natural vitamin D. I get 30, 40 minutes of sunlight, even if it was 100 degrees. I put my feet in the grass, get grounded. And I've had people with cancer and everything, and they go out and get grounded and get some sun. That's natural. To me, that's natural vitamin D. But in the wintertime, I take my MK7, D3 MK7. But the sun is there for our vitamin D. But that was my study on that. That's it. Nancy, she explained it.
Yeah, it just concerns me that a doctor, not all of them do it, would just call that out like that and give no more information than that. Maybe he did report it, right? Because let's just take minerals, for example. If you take enough of a single mineral at all, it can deplete another mineral. Iron and copper, for example, right? Again, to your point, if you get them in nature, you're always kind of getting them more of in a balance where you're not really like over indulging in one or the other. So if you're going to take that, like take them all, and you don't have to worry about those things like getting out of balance. But anything, if you don't take them right or in the right amount, it can be a problem. If you drink enough green tea, I know this because it happened to me. If you drink enough green tea, as great as green tea is, it chelates things out. It'll take your iron down. You end up with an iron deficiency. So let's get educated. Let's apply some common sense to these things. Of course, get out there in the sun, get that sun. If you're like me and you're staying out of the sun because you got photophobia, then you're going to have to supplement possibly your D3, K27 combined with it year-round. But these are the kind of conversations we love to have. Thank you for your contribution.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Interesting.
All right.
Vitamin D.
Lattimore at Arbor, Michigan.
Hello. Yes. Can you hear me?
I can.
Okay, great. So we're ready for you, Roger. We want you to come, you and Dale, bring everybody to Detroit, Michigan. Charles and I will be right there.
There you go.
Okay.
So we want you to come. We love this call. It's awesome. So I do have a question about vitamin D. What about the vitamin D lamp? Is that considered a good source of vitamin D in lieu of the the nutrients, or what do you say about that?
Honestly, I'm uninformed about the vitamin D lamp, LAMP. I'm uninformed about it. I don't know. But I would say this as we talk about these things. When you go take your physical, just blood test, you can look right on there and see what it is. I just did one, and your vitamin D is great. But look to see if you got a problem with that. Maybe you can manage it if you want more, like I said, with these different natural methods, like getting more sun or whatever the lamp is you're talking about, if you want to go that route, as opposed to mega dosing it and maybe creating some kind of unnecessary imbalance.
Okay.
Interesting.
All right. Thank you.
Great advice.
Yes, great call.
Right,
Every call is great.
Okay.
Thank you, Connie.
Great having you on, Connie. How about Sandra Scott in New York?
Absolutely. Sandra, I've unmuted. Whoop. No, I didn't. Now I've unmuted you, Sandra. Go ahead.
All right, good night. I was invited by Todd Thompson, and I caught a part of the conversation. I guess I came in the right time. I've been listening to what everybody else, because I'm just like one of the ladies who spoke earlier. I'm also vegan, and I hear you say you put emu oil in a supplement. Isn't that a giant bird, almost the size of an ostrich? I'm allergic to eggs, and I can't eat eggs. I don't fool around the bird, the chicken, and I don't want any of that in my supplements. As a vegan, they teach it at a very early age to check read everything, including the largest names and number. I'm going to give you a list of things that I need to know, but I hear everybody talking about. I don't know what is the K27 and the D7 and the K2.
The Germans named that vitamin as a K because, it's a K as in key. The Germans named that vitamin because the one that we're most familiar with has what's called clotting factor in it. So they spell clot with a K. All right. However, there's another variant of it. It's like a bunch of them. They've named this one 7, so it must be at least 6 more, right? So there's a lot of them, but that one particular one, K2, MK7, it's the opposite of D3 as it pertains to calcium. It tries to migrate the calcium out of your bloodstream into your bones, right? Whereas D3 can pull it the other way if you have an overabundance of it. So supplementing with D3, MK7 is the safest way to do it, so you don't end up with any of these imbalances. And that's what I've been doing for years, and my D3, I did that ever since I had that situation with the.
I am so glad that you brought it up. I would like to share something with you and the other participants that are listening.
Okay.
I always take sunlight as my D3, but I'm seeing a doctor that my other doctor sent me to. He does blood work and other issues. They prescribed some D3 for me, but I didn't take it. It's about the lab work and the pharmaceutical products that I know that would kill you instantly or slow. It's a slow death. The D3 that they were giving me were green, and they were like 60,000 IU, and I said, no way, I never opened the jar to take it. I went to my health store, and I got some lower doses D3, which is more natural, which is 5,000 IU, not 60,000 IU, and it helps fix whatever problem it was. He also said that you have to stop taking him for a little while. He's a diagnostic person because he checks your cells and PC and the rest of it. And he also says that the D3, if you take too much of it, it'll make your body kind of on the toxic side. He never explained to me, and I haven't got the chance to pin it down and question, because I have 3 biochemist friends back home, and they're all males, and they tell me anything that I come up with. Oh yeah, they give you, they're from the same science background, but that's the in-depth I'm just want to know what should I add to it, because I don't take D3 every day. I
Okay, so
kind of stretch out
but
myself.
the thing that to me is missing in this conversation is what level D3 do you have to start with, right? That's when you take the blood test and have the range for the D3, right?
The one I take is the 5,000 IU, and I don't take it every day. Sometimes once a week, sometimes twice a week.
Okay. I don't know how I can help you with this because, like I'm saying, you haven't said anything that even says that you know whether or not you have a D3 deficiency. Maybe your D3 level is just fine.
Not anymore.
Okay,
But,
so you know you have a D3 deficiency.
Not anymore. I don't have it anymore. The
Okay,
last
then
blood
there
test
you go.
showed everything fine.
How much time we need to spend on this if it's no longer a problem?
The question I was asking you is, this was alarming because you said that it would extract the calcium from your bone, and you said that it came to, what, 7 or the D7?
Yes. If you have an overabundance of it, okay, it will pull the balance in the wrong direction. That tends not to happen, right, if you're getting it from sunlight, if you're taking it in your diet and natural sources, but it tends to come in more in balance. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm referring to. Okay? Well, glad we were able to straighten that out.
Thank you. Thank you, Sandra. All right.
We
got a wireless caller in Georgia. I'm going to unmute you. Give us your name and ask your question.
Hi, how you doing?
Great.
Who are we talking to? We want to change your name from wireless caller to what it really is.
It's Demory. Like Emery,
Okay.
Demory?
Okay, Demory.
Yes,
Go right ahead.
Okay, yes, I'm so grateful for you guys. But I have someone that she took some acid about a year ago, and she goes on trips, I guess. And so I was just wondering, will it work for her if she take it? You took acid one time, and her mind is not right.
You say acid.
Yeah.
You took some acid.
Yes.
And your question to me about that is what now?
Will the herb works for her? Will help her mind
She wants
get
to know
better?
if this will work for her.
So
Someone that took acid.
we have one other person that I know about that was experimenting with acid and ended up with a very weird dementia.
Wow.
Okay.
And they did report that once on our stuff, dementia went away.
Okay.
So that's the experience that's been reported with it so far.
You take this multiple times a day.
Your body can get stuck and not
Also
able
dementia.
to normalize itself. And with all these ingredients and whatnot, it can take them and achieve that balance that it might otherwise not be able to attain.
Okay.
So that's what people report.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much. And then also, I think somebody answered you kidneys, like if you have a kidney disease or bad kidneys, you would take it and also rub the cream on you. I forget the name, so my apologies.
Rejuvenate, yes.
Rejuvenate, yes.
Rejuvenate.
My apologies.
I asked that person about high blood pressure, and usually that's where it is. I mean, she said there was a tumor on her kidney, but it's everything is so interconnected, like toxicity in your body, because your gut is not eliminating properly, and that's why this particular product is designed to feature benefits for every single organ, because you don't know where it's coming from, right? That arthritis issue you have could be coming from a corrupted gut and letting stuff in, so on and so on, right? So,
yes.
Again, there's safety in this, I think. Standing behind your body, just giving it the resources and letting them do its thing. I mean, there's a reason where all these marvelous pharmaceuticals would do some wonderful things. We're glad we have them, right? Are inappropriate for certain situations. They are dangerous. That's why they're controlled substances. Okay.
Right. Okay,
right.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you.
All right. I would like to talk to Melvin Arnhem.
Melvin, I have unmuted you. Go ahead, my friend. Hello. It's great to be here. Had a great time in Brooklyn, New York this past weekend. My. A couple of things that came up of importance. I had the opportunity, I was just crying on the inside. I had the opportunity to see someone go through pain of a challenge with ailment and or disease. I was crying on the inside. I started praying. There was nothing I could do. I felt so helpless. But what I noticed when I spoke, it was just before I left and go back to Massachusetts. I'm talking to the gentleman. He says, because I talked both about the technology, MoreMito, the company a little bit, and the products, and the conversation plan. Real kind of a elevated pitch, not a lot of each of the subjects. And he says, I'm not concerned about the money, I'm fine, but I love the fact of hearing about all these all natural ingredients in their purest form. I always stress that in their purest form, because from what I understand, you could have an all natural ingredients, but if they're not in their purest form, it might not do what it should do, like what we have. And he says, well, I'm going to research this, and then I'm going to try this, and then maybe I'll do this one. Well, what I want to stress, just if I ask this one question about eczema, is this, folks, please, when someone says they want to research this first, they want to try it first, that's fine. But remember this, while they're researching, while they're waiting to see how it works for them, others are waiting to try it now. Mm-hmm. So why not remind them or say to them, listen, that's great, but why not have someone else try it and research it with you?
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Then you won't have to worry about someone's ailment or disease getting in or becoming life-threatening or worse, because we're being indirectly or directly selfish. Because it really is when you think about it. So we have a moral and spiritual obligation. If anyone hears about this, if you tell anyone about this and they're listening, you have a right to tell them, okay, now that you know it, you got to share it. Because when you know better, you should do better. Mm-hmm. And here's my question. Eczema. There's certain side effects, Roger, from what I've been hearing and don't understand much of, that suppresses toxins and does not allow them to be released from the body. In this particular situation, it's eczema. So could you just talk a little bit on that? Because some people think just because there was a side effect with something they tried, their skin, they don't feel comfortable trying something else. So what happens? They continue something, and it's a vicious cycle that's not helping them and or their body. So the main thing again,
so your question is about eczema? Specifically?
Yes.
Okay, so as a skin condition, and we certainly had a number of people report on what has happened after they started using this particular technology that we have. Okay.
Go on our playlist under eczema, and you'll see 6 episodes of how we did it when my grandchild had it.
And providing these useful resources your body can use, and it can affect, changes with it. And they've come out pretty well from doing that. I'm not going to attempt to go much further than that, because as we said, we don't care what the condition is. I'd be saying the same thing if that disease had another name. We're not trying to do any of them, right? We do mitochondria reported positive changes in eczema since they used it? Yes. The answer to that is absolutely yes. And hopefully a person who has that condition was finding it encouraging enough for them to try it. And as you pointed out, if they got to think about it, ask themselves the question, why would I let other people continue to suffer who might not have to think as long as I do about it? You know, let people make up their own mind. You know, be the messenger, and give them that option. I mean, there's some people that feel like they're alive right now because someone told them about this. They didn't have to. I mean, they could have not told them about it. I know Phil from Coeur d'Alene feels like that. You know, the person that introduced us to him said that the next time they heard anything from Phil, they thought it was going to be that he had died. That's how bad off he was. But somebody knew Phil, somebody else knew Phil, might have been saying, "Oh, I got to try this. I want to see how it works on me first before I refer it to anybody else." You can just change that statement too if you feel that way. I'm evaluating this for myself, right? But in the event that it would be of use to you right now, you might want to make a different decision. That's why I wanted to tell you about it. So you're being honest. You're telling them, I'm not on this yet. I am evaluating this. But this is what's been said about it. You check it out, see what you think. Let that person make up their mind. What's wrong with that? So that's what I would encourage. Thank you, Melvin.
All right.
So we got about 7 more minutes for me to do these calls. So you need to get your hands up in the next 7 minutes, or we won't be taking any more hands tonight, okay? Got 7 more. So let's go to Margaret Wade.
Margaret, go ahead.
Hello, yes. Very nice to be on the call. I was listening to all that you were saying, and I'm very impressed with the medicine. And I know you have to rush, but I wanted to know about. I have a girlfriend that I have 2 things I want to ask about. One girlfriend that has been bedridden for about 5 years with I think she said it was arthritis, and I wanted to know if I was to take her, what could I do to give her to take so she can, just start moving her legs? Because, her blood pressure and everything is
she needs
fine.
to take it multiple times a day.
She's not able to get up and walk.
Okay, so what was keeping her legs from moving?
I think it was arthritis. She said something about in her back.
So, yeah, I mean, if you take advantage of this technology, you're going to get more strength. You're going to start growing more muscle, really, because a significant part of the cell is mitochondria, and we're going to help put that back. And the body can do this. It has this marvelous endocannabinoid system that helps your body manage pain in your extremities and your perception of it in your brain. All that stuff's there. And them recognizing all of this has put things in a formulation that let your body leverage those, take advantage of those. So yeah, I do that. And I'm going to talk to Teresa Scott in a moment. She has a situation with her legs where she has made great progress after having used that stuff. She shared this with us on Sunday before last call. So let me let you go. Go ahead.
I heard you say something about, taking, where you were talking about she had to be taking physical therapy or something like that. She's not doing that, but she will be able to tell a difference with the medicine without taking physical therapy. It's just at first.
I mean, supplements. I think everybody should do some kind of physical therapy, even if it's at home. Okay, you got to move.
Right, okay.
Try to move.
Right, she'll try to move, but okay.
Okay.
And one other thing, and it's real quick, alopecia. Will it help alopecia if you've had it for years and years and years?
It's going to help mitochondria. And we have noted that people who have allowed us to help their mitochondria who had alopecia have reported good results. That's how I have to say that. I hope all the rest of y'all are listening. Okay? Don't get baited, and you're not baiting me, but don't get tempted into responding to the condition. Like we are really trying to deal with that condition. That's problematic in a lot of ways. Okay?
Okay, I hear what you're saying.
Okay?
Build up your mitochondria. Your body can fix itself regardless of what you have.
I am.
Okay.
Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it.
Margaret, thank you.
We got educate folks. So we had a flourish of hands go up when I said it was 11 more minutes now. So,
Interesting.
Right.
I appreciate that because they like dribble out. No, Ashley, get your hand up. Let's get these questions answered. We can get on with business, okay? All right, well, we're going to go to Teresa Scott. Give me Teresa Scott.
You've got it. Teresa, go ahead. I've unmuted you.
Hey, family, how y'all doing tonight? I wanted to say that I've been taking MoreMito for like over 2 months, and at first I wasn't getting the results because with me having, I was dealing with so many different diseases. What I would say.
What she means is she couldn't tell she was getting results. It was actually doing something in there.
Lymphedema, and it just had to break through all these things that my body started detoxing. And what I did was that I continued on taking because I was like, I don't care. I'm going to keep on taking the medication. Not the medication.
It's not a medication.
Taking the technology. And the thing what I did recently is that I went to church on Sunday, and I met with someone who's dealing with, I believe, some kind of cervical cancer. So I gave her some of the product. Her mother bought the product the other day. So I spoke to Millie last night, and she said if anybody's having a problem with any kind of cervical cancer, to put it inside the vagina. And so I just think that women, just if you're dealing with fibroids, things like that, I think you should just start using inside there because they don't really have a cure for fibroids. Anything they mostly do, they just want to take your womb. I had to have mine removed. Do like a lot of invasive stuff to your body. And so,
this was before I found out about the products. This probably would have helped me from not having that surgery.
She recently was diagnosed with diabetes, and she doesn't want to take this medicine because both her parents died with it. So, she's my next champion. But I gave them to my brother tonight, so other people are signing up. What I want to say is that I've been taking the product mentally. It's the most amazing intelligence that I've like. It's in my mind is coming back because I was dealing with brain fog quite a bit, like really severe brain fog. Where I couldn't remember my name some days. I wasn't able to hardly remember anything. Another thing too is that getting into bed every night is like you think getting into bed is simple for everyone, but I usually have to get someone to help me get into bed. And last night I came home from a lot of pain because I had been a lot on my feet. So I rubbed my feet down, rubbed my legs down with the Rejuvenate, and I put some Restore inside my Rejuvenate, and I rubbed my legs down. I was able to get into bed. And so that is such a champion for me because I know you got to call someone, and sometimes we get really discouraged by it because I'm not able to get to bed, but I feel so motivated. It's like the emotions that I normally have about feeling like my life is not getting better, but it's a lot. My life is getting, it's actually becoming more wonderful than what it's ever been. So take the product, rub it on your head, your legs, your feet, your eyes, your ears. Just rub it over your body and just see the wonders of the technology and see what it does because I was dealing with sick since I was 60 years old. And I turned 66 and I was told by the doctor that I wouldn't even make it to be past 60 and here I am 63. So the doctor really doesn't have to say in. And a lot of times they give you a lot of medication, they don't tell you the side effects. That's what that would be too. So much medication never told me the side effects. So I started reading and started studying this. Then I started eating better. And I started telling myself lovely things for myself because when sick you get depressed and you be down and so I want to encourage everyone. This is legit.
All right, thank you, Teresa. You've been
fantastic. Thank you,
hero. Such a hero for us. What you shared and everything. Okay, let me hear from Andy Randy.
All right, Mr. Howell. I've unmuted you. Randy. Randy, there we go. Sorry about that. Hey, Roger,
Okay.
Hey, buddy.
Hey.
I wanted to. Hey, listen. I'm not going to be long because I can take it off the line, but I wanted to, for the sake of everyone on the call that may still be on their my mother had a lot of swelling in her lower leg, like her feet swollen up real big. And of course, she called me. She takes Rejuvenate. She takes Restore and Rejuvenate. She uses the cream. And, you know, the problem's still there. But I told her to continue to use Rejuvenate. But the thing I want to ask you is I remember a call, and we have to pull it from archive and we can go offline with this, but I remember a call, I think it was one of the doctors was talking about taking your hands and pulling a lot of the fluids from your bottom of your feet or legs to your groin. And a lot of that goes out in the toilet. I don't know if you remember the call, but can you elaborate on that a little bit for everyone? Yeah, Dr. Russ.
So like when you get that edema, blood is not getting in and out of your foot. It's not making the turn, okay, going from your blood vessels going out to your veins coming back. And so doing foot exercise and things like that are really important to try to get that circulation restored, because it's like your blood, all those blood vessels are permeable, right? They're supposed to let fluid out. But when they can't come back, it's going to puddle, right? So that when you grab your ankle with both hands and then rake back towards, you know, up your leg like that, you are forcing it back into your lymphatic system. And it works really well if you're elevated. You elevate your legs, like you put them up against the wall. If you got a bed that's up against the wall, put it up against the wall and reach up and grab your ankles and pull them back. That would be helpful. But it fits in a general category of activity. Like if you walk, it'll do it. Okay? If you get a like those rubber resistance bands you see people have, you can get them on Amazon for $14 or something like that. Really not that expensively. And you put it on your foot. Like so you get the foot muscles exercising via your calf. You get your thigh muscles going. You get all this exercise, all that muscle contraction is pumping that fluid back up where it could be emptied out. Okay? And so that's kind of how that's working. You can physically do it by pulling it on your leg. I've done it both sides. But I find that just making sure you get some kind of activity going with that that's going to force that fluid back, and try not to, check your ankles and your feet before you go to bed. Like, I feel around my ankles all the time. This is not a problem for me that it was. I had a stress fracture of the left foot. I'm reaching down here right now and I'm feeling around my ankles. I want to be aware of that little puffiness that can happen between the ankle bone and the Achilles, for example. But I'm down to just that part. Or either other part of your feet that you feel some sensitivity into. Because I just want everybody to realize that even though you got that edema and everything in your thigh and your upper leg, it starts all the way down from your feet and works all the way up through your ankles. This is where you got to get those instructions all the way out. And with respect to that specific thing you asked about, if you grab down by your ankle and pull it back, you force some of that fluid up and back into your ducts that are going to take it away. Okay? Perfect.
I will let her know. Appreciate it. I'm taping this. I'm going to send her the tape. She'll hear it too. But thanks a lot. Appreciate it, Roger and Dale.
Okay.
Have a good night. Thank you.
Thank you, buddy. Take care.
Okay, then why they heading back towards double digits now, Dale? Because they know we about to be through.
Because we've stimulated their
Everybody want to
minds.
know
They've
about
got
the
questions.
products.
And
Whether
every
they're dealing with
question helps all the
cancer,
people who
whether
don't
they're
ask
dealing
it.
with
So,
AIDS,
onward and
whether
upward.
they're dealing with migraines, eyesight issues, hearing problems, you name it.
I unmuted you. Go ahead. Mike
If you
in
have
New
questions,
Orleans.
put your comments down.
0021.
We've answered a lot of the questions.
Going.
Mike trying to get that
But our goal is to get as many people healthy as possible. The natural way.
Hilton is about to take your spot.
Floyd got it. Okay, we'll come back, Mike. Floyd, go ahead.
Hello?
Floyd?
Hey,
Yeah,
Floyd,
go ahead.
Yeah, pleasant greetings.
Yeah.
Hello.
I have a problem with acid reflux, constipation, and hemorrhoids.
Okay.
I'm just
I love it.
If your product could help me.
Yeah, you need them both.
So are you already on our product, or are you considering using it?
I'm considering using it.
Okay, so I got to tell you from the start. So let's start with the constipation. That's kind of like part of our topic this weekend. We're talking about the immune system and whatnot, and most of it's in your gut, right? We put specific ingredients in the formulation to work with your gut. The mitochondria in your gut, for example, prefer a particular kind of food. We put it in there, and we also have it so it's going to stimulate your body to make more of it. So when you take this stuff, people frequently report that their constipation goes away. You know, things start moving. I know when we went to 2.0, was when we added all that. We were at like 5 ingredients in 1.0. But I went to 2.0, we were hitting all the organs, and 3.0 just turning all that up. But from 2.0 on, I noticed that if I took this stuff about 5 or 6 o'clock, I better be close to a bathroom. And I never had that kind of strong urge before, but it's like we've gotten out of sync in our gut, and this is going to bring it back. That tends to be what happens. It's one of the definite things that happen as we feed those cells in the gut that nutritional toolkit. The other condition you had, Nick, tell me the other condition you were asking about. What was the other one?
Hemorrhoids.
Okay. Man, I'm telling you, I was doing a call with Randy and maybe 5 of us on the phone, and one guy said, I don't know if I want to talk about this or not, but I put this stuff on my hemorrhoids, and boy, did I get some results. And 2 more people on the call said, you too? Okay. So,
you use it for anything.
Amazing stuff.
You're building up your mitochondria.
Getting rid of that. And the lady I played earlier,
your body fixes itself from anything.
She let me know how bad this can get. In her case, her hemorrhoids would last for days, and she could not sit down. Okay? It was just maddening. And she came all the way back from it. All the way back. So that's really encouraging. Was there another one? Was there another condition? Was that it?
I realized that when I have the constipation, I'm backed up. It gives me like pimples. Pimples in my.
Yeah, you don't get pimples because of the toxicity. People are going through chemo or just have a history of having, gout, bowel issues. I mean, some cases like decades. One of the ones on a previous call said she's been having issues like that since she was a child. But your body knows how to fix that, right?
That's right.
We just have learned since 2015 that when you feed it right, it can do things right or better than that did before.
You feed it right,
with this mitochondrial approach. So give it a
and
try.
your body can reverse
Let me
itself.
interview you later.
The way God designed it to do.
To share with everybody, okay?
Does it make a difference what ailment you have going on?
Thank you so much, man, and keep up the good work. Please, man. Please, let me know the team. Because I know this
I've
world
been hearing the
is
testimonials.
a crazy world now out there.
It's sure crazy.
That is the truth.
We better hurry up through these hands, man, Dale, because these 11 minutes is getting
They
going.
keep coming. They keep. Some people raise their hand twice.
Yeah.
People want to know how to get healthy. People want to give their testimonial. This is great.
Maryland.
We're helping a lot of people and have many more to help. Okay.
Amazing effect. So,
isn't that amazing? We'll try one more time.
Okay,
She's got 2 lines.
Just delete one.
Your participation in this conference has been terminated.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, now let's go with the other Lucy.
Go ahead, Lucy.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
You solve that problem.
Can you hear me?
Lucy, go right ahead.
What it was, I wanted the guy that was talking to you about consultation. You know, I had talked to you about this. If he keep taking that Restore, he gonna use the bathroom.
Yeah.
And that'll loosen up that consultation.
First day I took it. I took it before it was available to everybody because I was supposed to take it for my allergies and see how it worked before we made it available to everything. It worked for me the first day.
Right.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mama Lucy.
You're welcome.
Okay. Did we do Mike already in Louisiana? Did we do him?
Let's try Mike again. Mike, are you there?
Yeah, he's there.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Right.
Great. I had shattered my heel in 2000, have a titanium plate and 9 screws. If I rub that in and pull it up towards my groin, just at least with the cream, how do you feel that will that assist me?
Yeah, because when you have metal in your body, one of the things you really want to avoid is if you possibly can, because it can be an ongoing source of irritation and inflammation.
Mm-hmm.
When you use our nutritional approach, it gives your body resources that it can use to better manage that inflammation. Because inflammation is normal, right? It's a natural process. It's how your body summons resources to an area to repair it.
For the inflammation.
It's just that when if you
this
can't
works
get that
from the
repair
outside
over,
in.
that
Rejuvenate gel works from the outside in.
irritation is constant. Then you're going to constantly
with the
you
inflammation.
don't have that issue. But
the Restore Oil works
your
from
body
the
can
inside
normalize that
out
with the right resources.
on the inflammation.
So give that a try. Let's see how it goes. But most often we see that. We'll see it sometimes like when we got all the people coming back from war zones who might have lost a limb.
Mm-hmm.
And the irritation or fitting that limb into the prosthesis is a big problem. It's just been a godsend for folks like that.
You have an amputation.
Have a recurring problem because of
your
having
amputee.
interface with
You want to put this on the area where your body was amputated.
You to do real quick, Mike, because the wind was bad. I'd like you to do one of the same thing out.
Yes,
Mike.
They'll take the pressure off the heel, and I also want to have my friend go on it, and if I put her in,
what happened? Oh, did mine drop it? Guess mine dropped it. My apologies, you guys. But you've been listening to how we use the UltraMito products to help your body, right? It helps to build up your mitochondria. As you're hearing the people talk, you also hear them saying that sometimes the doctors don't want you to know about the mitochondria, or you also heard them saying about that doctor that probably didn't even know because they hadn't dealt with the mitochondria since probably, when they went to medical school. So all we're doing is our products help to build your mitochondria up so that your body can fix itself.
Get more on the mitochondria and not have to have that surgery. That's for him. Okay, so I have a few questions. I have a friend. He has a gunshot wound many, many years ago when he was like 20. He's like in his 60s now. He has a severed spine. And I'm having a really hard time kind of convincing him that he needs to get on this product. So I just want to know if you have any testimonies about that. I have.
No, I don't specifically have one, but we have a variety of different back and spinal and neck injuries that people have had. And it's the same comment. I mean, it's resources that help with your body manage the inflammation and just the restoration of the energy, so that the compacting of your spine because of the weakness of those muscles. Mm-hmm. And again, people don't like to do physical therapy. It's your only option. Mm-hmm. These muscles are designed to move, and when you deprive them of that movement, you deprive them of that circulation. So you may be limited in the exercise you can do, and they may be uncomfortable at first, but figure it out, okay? Or get with a physical therapist who can help you get that information, or for free, go get in those internet videos like I did and listen to all those doctors tell you all this stuff that you can do with these different energies to help yourself.
Right.
You have to be an active participant.
Building up your mitochondria so your body can fix itself.
Okay, then
the natural
I have
way.
A young girl had some kind of heart attack, lack of oxygen. She has a trach in her neck. She's completely not, completely not there.
Yeah.
Other than she can somehow communicate with some kind of machinery, and she's telling the mother she just wants to die. She's been in this condition for 2 years, two or 3 years now.
So we're getting a lot of feedback about just putting the Restore and the Rejuvenate on the skin and letting it come in through the skin. Right. I think there's enough evidence
So when you have people in the hospital, they're hooked up to machines, put this on their skin, both of them,
if you just put it on the
and
skin.
let it go through the skin.
Okay.
Start
Well, I'll have to
assisting
get
them
some forth financially.
multiple times a day.
From people like Sonia Harris, that whose mother, she does just one treatment on Wednesday. Mother has dementia. She rubs it on her skin all over. By Sunday, when she preaches in the pulpit, she was the old pastor again. People heard that service like she didn't even have dementia anymore and wasn't treated in between. That's powerful. So, we got real possibilities there for people who have those trachs. And the trach, once you get in that state, like they're reluctant to take them out because, your throat has to learn how to swallow again and all of that. So,
yeah, she's on a feeding tube. She's on a trach, so I'll try and get her some products so we can help her. Then I know about the eyes, but I don't know if the person's on the call. The people.
The eyes, you want to rub it. Take the product and rub it all around the eyes multiple times a day.
I know that they put the Rejuvenate.
I demonstrated earlier how you put it on your eyes. Y'all saw me take. I actually took some of this first, the Restore Oil, and I rubbed it around my eyes. Then I went back and I took some of the Rejuvenate Gel, which I also have some of the Restore Oil in my Rejuvenate Gel. And y'all saw me rub some of that completely around my eyes. And I do that multiple times a day. This is what built my mitochondria up in my eyes. You heard Mr. Hill say you have the most mitochondria in your eyes.
Anybody having a stomachache from it, but I don't know, detox, I don't know, whatever. But again, you have that option of putting it on the skin while she sorts that out also.
Okay, I just lathered her up before putting her in bed. So thank you so much. Blessings. Thanks for the response.
All right, blessings. Bye.
Me doing it multiple times a day, I no longer have a restriction on my driver's license.
You're unmuted. Go ahead.
We're trying to go here.
Yes, good evening. Can anybody, you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, great.
Very well spoken.
Thank you. Thank you. Look, I know MoreMito is a powerhouse. I call this a two-pronged,
Yes.
I don't know how to put it. Anyway, I say MoreMito, the product is like a coin with a head and a tail. And the head is the product, and they're super. There's nothing else to compare to them. And I'm not moving from them to go anywhere at all. But there is another issue with the tail part, which is the compensation. It's a great compensation plan, but my question is, are we any closer to getting a payment system for the people in the Caribbean who cannot withdraw their money to a U.S. bank?
Okay, we already have that. Let me explain it to you. Okay? There's two issues that people in the Caribbean have. First of all, some of them have signed up and given a U.S. address because we didn't have their country codes or state codes in the system. Okay? As soon as they let us know wherever that happens, we're updating the database and bingo, we see it. In fact, if you put a ticket in, our IT guy is just so proactive. He is monitoring this and seeing when someone has issued that issue, and he just goes and updates. He told that Dale and I that this morning, for example.
Yep.
If you have that issue, go ahead and sign up temporarily for whatever U.S. address you get in the system, but then let us know you got that. We'll quickly fix it. Then you go and put your real address in, because the issue is going to come when you upgrade for free, right? We love free. To be a paid representative, you will not be able to do that's addressed. So you have to undo that. So that's that thing. The other thing is, okay, so let's say you pass that, and now you're ready to actually compensate yourself. You send money to yourself, given that you've upgraded, right? You can always do the purchasing internal with MoreMito cash, but when you get ready to send money to yourself, you're going to need that. And you won't even be able to upgrade to paid representative outside the United States unless you've already put that address in. So we're not asking you for that form that you can't fill out anyway, okay? Now, let me finish this part here.
Yeah, the issue
She said let her fish.
Go ahead, sorry.
Okay, listen. Now, once you've got that in the system, and you made that upgrade, as soon as you do that, go in there right then. You have PayPal, which is international, okay, and you have Venmo. So go on the Venmo site, apply for a Venmo card. I believe that's international since PayPal is, but you check it out for sure, and certainly PayPal is. You have those, and then you cannot do ACH because you're going to need to be in a U.S. bank to do that, right? So we have all that. The last resort is that we've had some people in Canada that we've actually wired money to. We wired money to their bank because of their preference or inability to connect with us or any of those other things, right? It didn't apply to them. So we'll get the money out to you. We'll figure it out one way or the other. So I don't think there's an impasse. It's just you got to understand what you got to do to get there, depending on what.
Okay, thank you for that. The email says U.S. only, available in U.S. only. And I have one downline who has a Virgin Islands account, a Puerto Rico account. Puerto Rico is considered U.S. It has a 9-digit routing number. They tried to send the money to that account and it was declined. So.
Okay, well, let's work this.
Marcia Bell is extension 4, okay?
Okay.
Call the line, extension 4, leave her a message, or otherwise send her a ticket that has to do with her so she can figure that out. Maybe the information was not correct. I don't know. But she will figure that out. That's what she does.
Okay, great. Okay. I'll do that. Thank you so much. Continue.
Thank you. Just so you know, Linton Snowball today had us, we were able to activate the Cayman Islands and Guyana. So as Roger said, get us the countries. Our programmer gets them up open. Go ahead, Roger.
Thank you much.
Okay.
Thank you, Ursula.
Hey, Ursula.
Yes,
I'm going to get the last word. Charlie and Brown, I'm going to call you back because this call's going to be over, okay? And I'll call you back and talk to you in a minute. You stay right there. Let me take a screenshot so I can see it because you're in after this.
Those of y'all that are wondering how to get the product, if somebody referred you, you want to get back to the person that referred you. If you are watching me on Facebook, on my Health and Wealth Show with Stephanie,
I want
on
everybody
YouTube.
to know that when you're using vitamin D3, not to get synthetic things, that's not going to do you any good, and sun is your best vitamin D3. The more you get of it in the summer, get at least an hour a day of full body sun once you get used to it. Let's see. When somebody is eating crushed ice all the time, it means they're iron deficient or anemic. And yes, on the 14-year-old boy, they should put it all over the head, especially on the brain stem under the skull, the back of the skull, all the way along the lines behind the ears and the forehead, the temples. Just there are amazing things going on by putting it on the head, especially with cognitive dysfunction as well, into the head as well. As far as I really appreciated that other person getting on and saying, don't take out your gallbladder until you understand what it is you're doing. Doctors are quick to take them out. It's a mistake. You need to detoxify your gallbladder. Let's see. Doctors don't and never study supplements. Keep that in mind, everybody. They don't know anything about herbs or supplements, and you know more than they do already. As far as the high blood pressure medication,
we have several doctors that use our products in their practice, so some of them do.
Cysts on the kidneys, tumors on the kidneys. All that high blood pressure is so toxic, it inflames
pressure up, and then it really goes after and toxifies the livers. One more thing. When the person is going to walk again and they haven't walked in a long time, they've been bedridden and they're old, maybe they took a fall, or like the person that was on the call, get them on a little rebounder, holding on. They don't have to jump up and down. Before they get to walk, get their legs stronger again. Just going up and down moves all the lymph fluids, which are 4 times as much as the blood fluids, and it moves them all up and down. It'll condition their legs to be able to walk again and get their balance while they're holding on and just moving up and down many times a day, as many as they'll eventually do it.
Interesting. Didn't know that.
All right.
Y'all,
thank you,
knowledge
Edward.
is power, y'all.
Okay. Everything you hear on these calls is informational only. Okay. We're not taking and giving you advice that you have to give so you can come back to us and blame us for something. Okay. We'll be very careful about that. Just got to give that disclaimer. All right. I want to thank everybody who joined us. Man, we got a lot of people there to stay right to the end.
Oh, yeah. Thank you for your participation, everybody. Listen, you ask a question, hundreds of people benefit, and thank you for asking and participating. And thank you, Roger, for all you do. Tremendous info.
Y'all, was that not a great informational conference call? Okay, so again, if you want to know how to get the products, then if somebody else refer you, you want to get back with the person that referred you, right? Because it's only fair. However, if you were referred by myself, somebody connected to me, or my YouTube page, Health and Wealth Show with Stephanie, the Facebook, or you just happen to come across our information, then you want to go to www.moremito.com/SALFORD. Again, that's moremito.com/SAlford. Then you want to click join. If you're on a computer, you'll click join. If you're on a cell phone, you're going to click menu, then join. Then you want to join as a referring customer. Why do you join as a referring customer? So that you can get the discounts and the benefits. If you don't want discounts, you don't want benefits, then just join as a customer. You can pay full price, no problem. I'll earn more MoreMito bucks on you paying full price. But should you want to get the discounts like most people and you want benefits, then join as a referring customer. And then once you click referring customer, then you'll it'll ask for other information. It'll ask you to create a username, put your email address, your create a password, put your name, your address, your phone number, put what country you're in, because as you can see, we have people all over that participate as our customers. And we're helping people all over. We're not limited to just the US. Everybody has health issues regardless wherever you are. And our goal in this company is to be able to assist as many people as possible in getting their mitochondria strong. Okay. What we're doing, we're not in the healing business, but what we do is we use our natural products to get your mitochondria strong, right? Once you get your mitochondria strong, then your body can fix itself like God designed it. This is something that God designed our bodies to do. And then the same thing with the pets. We have the pet products, right? So we help to get the pets mitochondria healthy as well. So once you complete all that information, then you'll check the box and then you'll hit register and your free customer website's up just like that. That's how you get in our system. You have to be referred by someone. So, and then that's how you get in our system. Now you have your free customer website. Now, what you do once you have your free customer website, then you want to actually log into your back office. If you want to know how to, also let me back up before I go on. If you need to see a visual on how you create your free customer website, then you go to the Health and Wealth Show with Stephanie. And anybody that has not subscribed, we'd love for you to subscribe. But you go to the Health and Wealth Show with Stephanie on YouTube. You go to the playlist. You go to MoreMito tutorials. And there is a video under there showing you how to create your free customer website, right? Then you want to know how to log into your back office once you created your website. There is a video on there for that, right? Telling you how to log in. But you will, just go to your website, So your website will be moremito.com/ whatever your username is. Like mine is S Alford. Yours is whatever your username is. And that is how we have our websites, right? Then, so you would put your username. So I would put S Alford in and whatever my password is. So whatever you picked as your password, you would put your password in, right? You are now in your back office. Once you're in your back office, then you would go to Shop MoreMito. Once you go to Shop MoreMito, then it has a drop down and it has people products or pet products. You choose people products. Once you choose the people products, you'll scroll down to the green button. You hit the green button, then it will give you a list of it starts out with our bundles. Understand each bundle, you get a free product. So if you order a bundle, the first bundle, you get a Restore Oil, a Rejuvenate Gel, and you get a free Rejuvenate Gel. So in each one of our bundles, you can get a free Rejuvenate Gel. Whether it's the full-size Rejuvenate Gel or the travel size. You'll get a box of the travel size. I think there's 12 in there. So you can choose either or you can choose, one of these and one of the package of the travel size. So, but anyway, you go in there and you place your order. If you need to order something individual, like some people, they order their bundles, but then they take it multiple times a day. Well, guess what? This is only a 30-day supply. Your Restore Oil, it's a 30-day supply. So if you're taking the full dosage once a day, this will last you for 30 days. What's the full dosage? It's 4 droppers filled to the 1 milliliter line. There's a line on here, and it actually has writing on it. It says 1 milliliter on there. So when you fill it up to that line right here, you do it 4 times. That's 1 full dosage. That's 4 milliliters. To make it simple, you just do a teaspoon, not quite full. Make it simple. And that's 1 full dosage. So if you decide that you have certain things going on, like we have people that have cancer, people that had HIV, like the lady that had HIV and couldn't get, her previous doctor wouldn't give her another prescription because she moved to another state. She said if she didn't take medication, then her HIV would turn into AIDS. Well, guess what she did? She just took the products 3 to 4 times a day until she got into her doctor, her new doctor. She no longer has HIV. They ran the test on her and said, who told you were HIV? She'd been HIV for many, many years. She used the products and got her mitochondria built up, and her body fixed itself. Isn't that something, how God created our bodies? But yes, it doesn't make a difference what you have. If you build your mitochondria up, your body can fix itself from anything, So I've explained how you actually go back there. So we were talking about, the dosage. So 1 full dose. Now, with the Rejuvenate Gel, you use it as often as you need to. You can use it multiple times a day. I use it multiple times a day. You see me rubbing around my eyes. I rub it around my eyes multiple times a day, and put it on other parts of the body as well. But what I also do is I take 1 dose of the whenever I open a new Rejuvenate Gel, I take 1 dose of the Restore Oil. So say take a teaspoon and I put it in here. I put the top back on there and I shake it up real good to mix it up. That makes this even more potent. Does it work great by itself? Yes. For many, many years, we did not have the Restore Oil, right? And so we were improving our eyesight with just our Rejuvenate Gel. I have a friend, Tina, and you'll hear her testimonial where she's talking about the glaucoma, right? She never mixed hers. She put this on, and within 3 days, just from putting the Rejuvenate Gel around her eyes multiple times a day, within 3 days, her glaucoma was gone. Now, mind you, it depends on how your body responds to our product, okay? Everybody may not have an instant response. However, it depends on your body and how it responds with our products. Some people have an instant response. Some people, it may take longer. Some people, you're actually having a response, but because you don't notice something or you don't feel something, you're thinking you're not having a response. That's not true. It's in your body working to build up your mitochondria. It'll get to a point where you'll be able to tell the difference. Just keep on using the product. But like I was saying, Tina used this, and after 3 days, she no longer had the glaucoma because they were wanting to do surgery on her. And I asked her, what what did her doctor say? She said her doctors didn't say anything else to her, and she hadn't said anything else to her doctors, because guess what? They noticed the improvement, right? So anyway, we just explained how you use the product. So if you have something seriously, or you want to hit it head on, you got a situation, you want it gone, quick, then the more you take it, the quicker your response is going to be. So we have people taking it 3 or 4 times a day. We have people taking it 5 or 6 times a day. We have people taking it every hour on the hour. Okay. It depends on your situation, what you can afford. Again, we also have a way you get it free. How do you get it for free? I have people that ask me that all the time. Glad you asked. Okay. Create your free customer website. And just like, say for instance, you connected to me, you went created your free customer website. Well, now each time you order, I get the MoreMito bucks, right? Well, guess what? The MoreMito bucks are used for you to get free product. So you just go and you share it with some other people, right? They're customers. Everybody is a customer. That's all we're doing. We're dealing with customers, right? So everybody is a customer, and everybody gets a free customer website. That's why Mr. Roger Hill designed the company, right? And so each time somebody connects to you by going to your website, creating their website, or somebody else that's connected to you, then guess what? You get the MoreMito bucks, and those bucks can add up, and you can get free product from that. Prime example, as y'all may have heard me mention on another one of our episodes, David Scott. He gave me permission to use him as an example. So in May, he decided to take his health serious. Not that he wasn't taking his health serious, but he decided to get on the products, right? So he decided to get on the product. So he ordered his bundle, Restore Oil, Rejuvenate Gel, and got a free Rejuvenate Gel, right? The regular bundle. We have super bundles and we have power bundles as well. So he ordered a regular bundle, and he shared it with 5 other people. I know for sure because the level that he hit, I know he shared it for 5 people for sure. But some of them ordered the regular bundle. We had some that ordered a super bundle. Some ordered a super and a regular bundle, again, because people are taking it multiple times a day. Well, before he even got to his 5th person, he had enough to cover his next order because of what people had what he had earned in MoreMito bucks from people placing their order. So that is a way that you can get it for free. If you are an organization, you want a free fundraiser, we have a free fundraiser for you, right? So you can earn 365 days a year, because there's always somebody that needs to get their mitochondria strong, right? It doesn't make a difference whether you're young, whether like my youngest grandbaby, when he was 2 months old, he was gassy. Casey was gassy. And if you go to Health and Wealth Show with Stephanie and you go under the playlist and you go under gassy, you will see the episode on there about Casey. You'll see me actually giving Casey some. Then you'll actually see in the next episode where you'll see with because Casey and Carter are in both of those episodes. Both of them my grandsons. Well, I did one episode where you'll see me give it to Casey. I actually did another episode shortly after that. I changed the outfit, y'all, but it was done right after that. And you'll see that Casey's asleep. It's because you had seen me give him the Restore All at 2 months old for his gas. Well, it also helped him sleep. So by the time we did the next episode, which was shortly after that first one, he was already asleep. He went to sleep from me giving him the UltraMito Restore All. It helps you sleep as well, right? Helps you with energy, helps you with so many different things. Again, it's building your mitochondria up so your body fixes itself, right? So again, yes, it's safe for kids. It's safe for pregnant women, because it's not a medication. I have so many people asking, oh, well, will it help for this? Will it help for that? Because they're in the mindset that it's medication, or, the mindset of what medication does. This is not a medication. These are natural products. These are herbs, natural products. So when you're dealing with natural products, it's totally different. It's not, you don't have the side effects and everything like you do with medication. Trust me, I know the side effects and different things that can go on, because I used to have my own little pharmacy because doctors had me on so many different things, and it did not control the things that they actually had me on. So, and I'm sure there's many of y'all that probably in the same situation, but it happens. So you want to, if you're not on the products, you want to get on the products. You definitely want to keep them. I keep them on a regular basis because I never know when something's going to happen. So I have to always keep them with me. When something happens, say for instance, I'm out, I get bee sting. Guess what? I have this. You'll see an episode where I was at QT and the bee stung me. What did I do? I immediately pulled this out because I have reactions to bees and ants and different things like that. So if I keep my product with me, then guess what? I can knock it off and not have to go to the hospital. You know, in another episode, you'll see where I was in East Texas and, you know, we did a little bit of work. Bees got me. I was stung by several bees. Normally, I would have to go to the hospital. What kept me from going to the hospital was putting the Rejuvenate Gel on there immediately. I put that Rejuvenate Gel on there, and that helped the hurting go away, helped the swelling go away, you name it. So you use it for multiple things. You know, sort of like, you know, back in the day, you know, those of you that used to use Neosporin for some of everything, if that kind of gives you an idea, you know, you keep it. You keep it around because you need it for any little thing. You know, you'll see an episode, well, actually, there's multiple episodes on there. I think it's like 3 episodes when I burnt my hand cooking a rotisserie chicken. It was my first time cooking a rotisserie chicken in the air fryer, you know, and in there trying to position it right because I didn't have it in there right and burnt my hand. It was starving real bad. I immediately went to grab my Rejuvenate Gel to put on there, right? Well, while I was grabbing my Rejuvenate Gel, my phone just happened to be right there too. So I was like, okay, I might as well do a video. Well, and then I show you how it was when you see me, when I'm first putting it on there and I'm thawing. You know, it's hurting real bad. Shortly after that, this took the pain away. I wasn't thawing. Then the little puffiness, it took that away. A few minutes later, I was washing dishes just like nothing had happened. The chicken was done in 30 minutes. I did another video. I showed you, okay, it's now ready. This is what I've done since the last video. I had washed a whole thing full of dishes. I show you the actual dishes that I had washed and everything. How many of you get burned and you can turn around and wash dishes right after that? Most of the time you don't, because that burn hurts. And if you put it in water, that's going to hurt as well, right? But if you get your natural products and you use your Rejuvenate Gel, this makes a big difference, right? I did another episode that night, you know, as I was winding it down, so you can see how my hand was all day long just from using the product, the Rejuvenate Gel on the burn. It does wonders. You see my other grandchild, Cassius, when she comes over and she has eczema. You know, you see how it is when she first get there. We did 3 days worth of episodes, 2 episodes a day. When she first got there, we did it that night. The second day, when she got up that morning, that night. So we're showing you the progress. That third day when she got up, and then we did it that night. So we want to show you the progress because we want you to see, you know, how it affects different people. You know, some people want to see how it affects different people. But like you heard them say earlier on the call when they were saying, oh, well, somebody else was saying, well, I'm trying it first, and now I kind of let you know each person's body is different. So y'all get out that mindset of saying, oh, well, let me try it and let me see what it's going to do for me first. Get out that mindset, because your body may not respond the same way my body responds. But then you held back my progress because you wanted to see how it do for you before you told me, no, don't do me like that. Let me try it for myself. Let me purchase my own products. Let me get it in my system so I can get my own results. Okay. And then that's another reason why we have testimonials. Again, if you go to the Health and Wealth Show with Stephanie, you go to our playlist, make sure you subscribe, right? You go to our playlist and you'll see different ailments on there, whether it's cancer, whether it's hearing issue, whether it's HIV, whether it's cerebral palsy, you know, you name it. You want to weight loss, you name it. It doesn't make a difference what the ailment is, because again, we don't do ailments. We'll ask you what ailments you have, right? But we're building up your mitochondria, and your body can fix itself from anything. It makes no difference what it is. You need energy, these products will give you energy. You name it, okay? So again, you know, I mentioned, you know, if you're an organization, you need to do a fundraiser. Well, if you know, whether you're an organization, whether you're a school, you know, whether you a team, you know, we can help you raise the funds that you need, and it doesn't cost you anything. So this is a free fundraiser. So you know, leave your comments. I've responded to several comments that I've seen. I think we've responded to all of them that are here right now. I've had people that were texting me that, I responded back to them. I had some people that were calling me and I had to send them a message. Hey, I'm still live, right? So anyway, we want to get your questions answered. We want to get you, help, again, assist you in getting your free customer website so we can get your mitochondria strong, so we can hear your testimonial. So it makes no difference what the situation is. We have had, people that were blind and are now 20/20, people that have never walked before, that can now walk. Again, HIV, AIDS, no longer have HIV, AIDS, you name it. So you owe it to yourself to get your mitochondria strong and see what your body can do. So you want to make sure you get your customer free website so you can order your products. And don't forget about your little furry friends, right? Your pets. Now, I have real bad allergies, so I don't have any pets, right? Now, it's not that I don't love the pets, but I have real bad allergies. And so that's why I don't have any pets. My kids have real bad allergies, right? But anyway, I choose to not have pets because of my allergies right now. But you want to get it for your pets. You hear Mick in Ireland, how he uses it for he has a company where they deal with pets. And you hear the great story he's had with that. You heard Dr. Boswell, how they gave it to their horses. And now they're horses, they're race horses. Now they're winning race horses, right? You also hear how he gave it to his grandson who was running track. Now he's placing. So, you have a sports team. Hey, give it to that sports team. See the difference you'll see in the team. When I did it with the WBDA, when they were doing their tournament, we, had a lot of the girls were playing back to back. They were cramping and, other things happening. What did I put on them? I put the Rejuvenate Gel on them. They were able to get on back in the game, right? We had one that was very serious hurt. She probably would have never gotten back in that game if we did not constantly put it on her. We kept putting it on her, She got to the point, because at first she couldn't get up. She was hurt that bad. Then she got to the point where she could finally stand. First she was trying to stand. It was just too painful, right? We kept on. And, we were just putting it on her from time to time. And she got to the point where she could stand up. After she got to the point where she could stand up, we still kept doing the same process. She got to the point where she could take a step or two. Then she was able to walk. Then she was able to move a little bit, and exercise her leg and everything, right? Then she got back in that game. Her coaches, they had asked about the products. And I explained to her, about the energy. They were saying, well, will it help them with energy? I told them the oil will help them with energy. So she said, I'm going to send my team to you, and I want every last one of them to get some. Now, mind you, if I had given everybody a regular dosage, I would have used up a whole bottle. So I only gave them a half a dosage, okay? I gave each one of them half a dosage. They came and they sat down in the chair. They put their head back. I gave them a half a dosage, right? They were winners of that tournament, and they really appreciated it. They gave their testimonials. They even gave me a team shirt because they really appreciated it. I had one girl that Saturday, so that Friday, when we first introduced them to her, that Saturday, before they even opened the doors, one of the girls came up to me and she said, Miss, do you have anything that'll help me? She said, I haven't been able to eat. My stomach is hurting real bad, and I just need something to help me. I know you helped, with the cramps and everything, but do you have something that will help my stomach, right? You know what I gave her? I gave her the Restore Oil. The Restore Oil. By the time the doors opened and her mother made it there, she hurried and told her mother that she needed to get her some of that. And so her mother came over there and she said, my daughter told me, what you gave her, what the products did for her. And she placed her order. And, order, I'm pretty sure by the time she got home, her order was there. Because remember, they were in town for a couple of days for the tournament. And so, again, we've had great success. They're, what do you call it? Whatever their medical person is that they go to. I don't know if it's a trainer or whatever. But that last day, their trainer wasn't even there, or whatever the person's title is, because they were actually coming to me to get assistance, right? That by that second day, that Saturday, the president, which gave me permission to be there, I had talked to him way before they came to town. He was like, I don't know exactly what they is that you're doing, but when you get finished with them, they need you over here. Before I can get finished with that, oh, you need to go over there. Everybody was wanting the products, okay? Because they saw tremendous results. All we was doing was putting on it. It built their mitochondria up to a point where they were able to get right back in the game. Or if they were hurting, it stopped their hurting. And, it just helped improve them. So again, you owe it to yourself to try it out, or these make great gifts. You have someone that have a birthday coming up, holidays are coming up. This is a great gift. Give the gift of good health to a person for the holidays. They will love it. They will love it. It's a perfect gift. So you want the gift, you can get the gift yourself of good health. We can contact the person that you actually want it from and give it to them. So anyway, again, if you have any more questions, you can feel free to text me 817-320-2571. Text me first. Make sure you include your name. We can set up a time to talk that will work for you and I. Please do not just call me, because I am a very busy person and oftentimes I am unavailable. So please just text me first, and then I can schedule a time for you and I to actually speak, right? If you have left comments, I think we have answered all of the questions and the comments that were actually left. If we missed one, then we will make sure we get your comment answered, your question answered. Again, feel free to text me 817-320-2571. I've shared how you go and set your free customer website up so that you can get your natural products, so you can build your mitochondria up, so your body can fix itself. So again, I'll give the website one more time. If somebody else referred you, you want to get back with the person that referred you. But if you were referred here by Facebook, by Health and Wealth Show with Stephanie on YouTube, by somebody else sharing it with you that was connected to me, then you'll go to moremito.com/S Alford. That's moremito.com/SALFORD. Or again, if somebody else referred you, get back with the person that referred you. Get their website and go to their website. If you listen from earlier, we tell you how to actually go and create your website. If you go to the Health and Wealth Show with Stephanie and go to our playlist and go to MoreMito tutorials, there's a video on there which shows you how to create your website, shows you how to go in your back office, shows you how to create your order. It shows you how to pull money out, how to use your MoreMito bug, show how to transfer MoreMito bucks. We have so many different tutorials on there because we want everybody to be a success. So again, we hope that you have enjoyed this episode, and please share this with many other people. And again, if you have not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to the Health and Wealth Show with Stephanie.